Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tombs of Scoria. How's everything going, Nick? How's the monarchy?
Yeah, well, I was talking about this on the stream, and I was just talking to Steven about it. I'm fucking outraged, actually, so I won't go into the full detail of it, but it's been revealed.
I'm sorry,
by
are
the...
Lucas and I not here? Are you just talking to Steven about these things?
Yeah, I was
what
just,
the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my
no,
god.
sorry, I was talking to you
I wasn't even
guys.
talking to you that much
Bullshit,
about it. You were
man.
talking to them before I came
Listen.
in, but
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously, what is this favoritism? I used to be the favorite, Nick. What happened?
I know, Neal, you did. You still are in my heart. But anyway, it comes out, right? So when a law gets passed by Parliament, if it directly affects the Queen, it's sent to her, and then her and her lawyers get 2 weeks to propose amendments to the law, at which point Cabinet decide whether to include them in the law or not, and then it's signed into law. It never goes back to the Parliament after the Queen makes these amendments. And they're all things, all the amendments that she's made are all to do with like her own financial positions and different tax treatments for the royal family and things like that. And honestly, it's a fucking outrage, and they should be abolished. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
If you guys don't see Nick, that's because the SAS has come to his house and removed him peacefully. And we'll see him in the Tower of London shortly.
Well, I was a little bit worried because when I was streaming earlier today, I made the title "Fuck the Crown," so I was half worried that I might just get shut down and somebody would come knocking on the door.
Mm-hmm. They probably think you mean the show, though, so it's fine.
Yeah, probably. That's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you fucked that show though. It's quite good. Well done.
I've not got around to watching it, but thanks.
Well, why would you?
I'll take some credit for it, given my involvement as a citizen or as a subject. A subject, sorry, not even a citizen, a subject.
Wow, a subject of the crown.
Right.
Mr. Lucas, do you got a blanket to show us?
Yeah. It's pretty big. My chat, it's my birthday, so my chat, a lot of them got together, signed a card, and they sent me a blanket. I'll show you some. There's some names on there. There's some good artwork. Stuff like that, you know?
Nice.
All the good stuff. The cats will love that. It's very nice. And I love the queen, and I love the crown.
Fuck off.
I hope it sticks around. I'm very excited for the next royal wedding.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Mr. Destiny. I don't know how to prompt you to speak. Not that you ever need prompting.
I was gonna say I'm not sure that's that.
what do you mean you don't know how to prompt me to speak? What does that mean?
Well, it means we've got, drama with Nick. We got interesting gifts with Lucas. I don't know what's happened in your life in the last week to prompt you.
been
You
canvassing.
got some new lights, it looks like, in your house?
No, they're always back there. I've
No.
Oh, we're having a big conversation in my community right now because apparently some people think that it is righteous to deliberately lie in order to further a political agenda, as long as the political agenda agrees with you. And I personally think that's a little bit harmful to the public discourse, maybe even the most harmful thing right now in the public discourse. So we've been having that conversation in my community with other large content creators that also enjoy engaging intellectually, honestly, with that topic. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of really good conversations, a lot of good faith effort made on all sides to understand each other's points, a big lack of misrepresentation. Like, yeah, it's just been a lot of fun having that conversation, I think. Really, really good stuff.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. There's
Well
at least
done.
that.
Yeah.
Do you come down on the pro-lying or anti-lying side?
In my opinion, the division of reality between left and right, or people in general, is the #1 mistake that is destroying our world today. So I am anti-lying. I think that it ruins everything. The biggest example that I give is that, like, my first-hand experience with it is, like, when I argue with my mom about political stuff these days, I don't think it was like this 5 years ago. When I argue with my mom today, I usually immediately, like, if I say, this thing happened, my mom will go, well, but you guys said this happened and this happened and this happened, and those are all lies. And I have to be like, yeah, those they lied about that, but this one thing actually did happen, and it kills my argument so much. So I'm very much against the lying thing. It bothers me a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get it?
True.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what we teach our toddlers. We should probably practice it.
True. Practicing
Okay,
what you
so-
preach. Oh, so you're a consistency obsessive person. That's another thing we're talking. Okay, sorry, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm ready when you guys are.
So where last we left the party, there was a little bit of a battle coming up. You could smell it in the air. I believe there was a murder.
No.
Is there a full-fledged murder? No, there was an
No, there was-
unconsciousing.
There was a capturing.
Yes.
A
A
disabling.
bludgeoning to the temple.
And putting in a bag of holding.
Right. And there was... Are we on the map? You guys are on the map. There were some
there's
tents.
a whistle going right now.
Mm-hmm. Does someone want to give a more detailed recap on how this went down?
Basically,
Or
we
set the
spent
theme?
an
Wait,
hour.
I need the XP. Wait, I need the XP.
No, I need it.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Okay.
no, you can get it. You do need it the most, actually.
Okay, I do need it the most, right? So there we are. We're in the city. We're sitting around the table having dinner, and we have the crystal ball out, and we think, let's fucking find our horses, our lovely horses that we all miss so much, that were stolen from us by those Mistrayan fucking lizard-loving bastards. So we use the crystal ball to scry on our horses. We find them in the camp of the fucking bastard Scorian worshippers themselves, and we think, I recognize these hills. These hills look like they're in Trekkies territory, or close enough. And so we set out invisibly along the plains, tracking them down to their place using Valthara's vengeance as our guide. And we tracked them, and we tracked them, and we walked for days until eventually we came upon their camp, hidden invisibly in the bushes. Tyrael snuck towards their camp in the night, silently streaking towards the wizard's tent. When he entered, he found her. There she was asleep, her hair flowing in lovely directions, her skin smooth, and he raised his sword by the hilt and smashed her in her fucking head, cracking her skull, knocking her unconscious and shoving her into a bag of holding before slyly sneaking out of the tent. No one would know the wiser. However, all of a sudden, there's a whistle from above us, and the alarm is raised. That's where we are. And I'll take my
Very
200
well done.
XP now.
Is this true that you also needed XP explaining stuff in other campaigns too? Is this a common occurrence?
Yeah,
with
this
you,
is a
Nick?
common occurrence, yeah. Neal, well, I think what happens is Neal screws me out of XP. I can't be certain. I haven't done the fucking maths. I'm not a statistician, but that is what I think.
True. Steven's the statistician here.
That is true.
Well, I think that there's nothing left to do but to hop into combat because a whistle has been blown. So
Doesn't he get XP for that?
We'll
yeah,
do it
we'll do
later.
XP at the end of
XP.
the session.
Oh, okay.
Or when we get back to Wickthorn and Rantha, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like not in the middle of combat.
No. I thought you were just gonna say, oh, you get 100 XP, and then he would just hold on to it.
Oh.
Yes, you get 100 XP.
200.
You get 200?
Yes, thank you.
I guess you did write it out ahead of time, so an extra 100 for the forethought.
I didn't write it out ahead of time. I was made
I
up
saw
on the
you
phone.
reading. I saw you reading.
That's just how I think. I don't know. I was just looking at the chart.
Fine, then only 100. You didn't.
I'll
Then
take an
only-
extra. I'll take an extra 100 for impressing you so much.
It's 100 for being so impressive. I thought you were
Okay.
reading it out instead of doing it
Yeah.
on the fly.
That's right.
Wonderful.
Am I gonna be able to get my recitation off as soon as I heard the whistle, or
What's the
Is that gonna need
casting
to be
time of
rolled?
recitation?
it's like 4 or 5?
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll it then.
7. Okay.
Unfortunately. Yep.
What about if it was 2?
Nope. Still then. Yep.
Okay. You mean
I
like
don't
roll
think
for
there's an
initiative?
answer to that that would change my reply.
Is there music going on?
Yep.
There is.
Okay, let me refresh. All right. I guess we're rolling d10s for initiative, yeah?
Yeah, D10 plus weapon speed or casting time or whatever's going on.
Those two are still invisible, right?
Yeah.
For now, I'm not about to be, but
Nice roll, Newton.
thank you.
what are we rolling initiative for?
Whatever you want, man.
Combat-ish.
Whatever we want to do. True.
Yeah.
Get your back against the wall, Steven, so you don't get surrounded.
Calvary's coming for you, Steve.
What do I? Okay, never mind. Fuck it. Hold on. What am I looking for? I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. There you go.
I don't know what you're looking for.
Looking for someone to kill.
Based. That's the Valthara way right there. Murder hoboing it up. That's good.
I see only one player character in the initiative order.
I got it.
All right. Lovely.
Where's my guy?
We'll add you manually at 7.
Yeah, where'd our
That was
horses
an
go?
8.
What?
Oh, they took
It
them.
was. Did they?
They took them.
Remember, you just said it in the recap that they took your horses.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying there was 10 horses in the camp last time, but now there's only 7.
We'll
Minus
get this
3
after the
horses.
combat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna take him back to go talk with fucking wizards.
Yeah.
Okay. The whistle blows, and Tyrael goes.
Can you tell me what I see in this tent and this tent? I was able to look into them before.
And you can look down this tent, and there is a person sitting up in a bedroll and scrambling about for a weapon. And what was the other tent you wanted to look into?
This one?
This one appears to be empty.
Okay. I would like to charge into here and do an attack.
Nice.
Yeah, you bust up to the tent. It's kind of low to the ground. How do you... Since the tent doesn't come up to like head height, you can't stand in it and strike. Do you want to try and like attack through the tent, or do you want to try and like remove the tent and fight? There's not like
There's not
cover, but
standing
there's
room in these tents?
concealment. No, absolutely not. Look at them. They're quite short to the ground.
I'm looking at them, Koibu, and they're in 2 dimensions, okay? So I don't know how I'm supposed to ascertain the height of these tents, okay? They could have sticks
are
on them, and they
for
could be
sure
10,
standing
15
room.
feet in the
It's
air.
apparent to me that they go all the way to the ground at the sides, and they come up a little bit in the middle. And considering that a square is 5 feet tall, like that'd have to be a
It could be
crazy
that there are
angle.
sticks on every corner that are hoisting these things up in the air. I don't know. I can't.
No,
I'm
because
just,
you can look at how it drapes along this corner to see that it comes from the top and it drapes down quite quickly and then to the sides. These are
Well, does it
pup
matter
tents,
then?
my
He
friend.
knows where he is. Can't he just step through the tent?
wait, excuse me.
Absolutely, that's concealment, not cover. So there's a slight penalty because you don't know the exact position, but not that much of a penalty.
Well, it's not a very big tent, so he probably can't miss, right?
Okay, I mean, what I would argue
no.
is, like, this guy is clearly being taken by surprise. So if I'm getting a -2 for concealment, I'm getting a +4 for surprise or something. I must be, yeah?
Not so much surprise because they have heard you, right? They're awake and alerted. But if you're outside the tent and they can't see you, then you get like +4 for them not being able to see you. But if you can't see them, then you get -4 for not being able to see them. It's kind of a messy situation. When you're attacking someone who's not like totally out in the open, there's going to be some awkwardness around
Okay,
it.
the only reason I'm going to
you
do this
like-
so hard is because we're taking big numbers, okay? Now, if this was... When I was in a cave once with a basilisk, I had to declare that I picked my bag up when I ran out. Because like, oh, well, you just woke up. You know, you're very fuzzy. You're very hazy, okay? This
was
guy
so
just heard a whistle go off. He's like waking up, looking for a weapon. I just came out. I got my sword. I'm ready to fucking kill this guy. Now, unless this guy is on fucking 4 Loco or some 5-hour energy that he popped the second he woke up, this guy's going to be pretty hazy. That's just, in my opinion. But I'm going to...
Yeah, and she's prone practically. She's sitting on the ground. So
Okay,
that's a
all right.
bonus to hit as well.
I'm going
just got no
to so a full round is about a minute. Am I able to come through and just like grab this tent and like just rip the thing out and then strike her? Or
Absolutely.
yeah, that would be.
Absolutely.
So my goal would basically just be to charge the tent and move whatever out of the way and then reach out and strike is my attack.
This is fine. Just give me a strength check at +4, you know. So because it's going to be really easy just to rip a tent out of the way.
Okay.
With the +4, you make a 21.
21.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Your
You
rolls.
toss the tent to the side. Free it open. There's the knight. Bedroll up to her waist. Shirt on.
She hot?
Sword in hand. There's
it's
no
not.
time to notice whether she's hot or not.
Oh, Steven, good roll.
And with no armor on at the moment, her AC is 10. You get +2 for her to be sitting. That's a 28 versus 10 AC is a double crit, 3 times damage dice.
This campaign is going to end one of these times when Koibu was like, just go ahead and make me a check at +5 wisdom to see if you remember not to breathe underwater. And I'm going to get a 1 and die. That's
I'm looking forward to that day.
All right, 14 damage. Good shit.
-14. You run the knight through. She doesn't completely die, but the blade is sticking through her abdomen and into the ground behind her. Her eyes go wide. She lets out a meek yip as her sword hand fumbles to draw the blade from the scabbard. Popping out of the nearby tent is one of the many squires.
Can I argue that I go at the same time?
Me too.
Okay, as well.
These things resolve simultaneously, so I don't know what you're doing, but
Well, I'm
the
doing
squires...
recitation, and it's going to give him negatives to hit and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, the squires grabbed a sword, hopped out of the tent, seized Tyrael, stabbing his liege, his knight, his master, and comes running at you, Tyrael. Not enough room to charge, unfortunately, I don't think.
He should have a -2 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws.
Recitation,
Yeah, I can link it again if you'd like.
please.
It's a 4th level spell slot, so it's very powerful.
Wow.
60-foot radius,
my
and
God.
all of my allies inside of it, which Tyrael is not, have +2 to attacks and saving throws, and enemies inside of it suffer a -2 to attacks and saving throws. And then after I cast this, I'm free to just do whatever the fuck I want, and it still goes.
So
One
this
round
is
per
a
level.
60-foot radius. Can you all see that?
Yep.
Is it 60 foot at the time of casting, or is it just 60 foot around you?
I believe that it's 60 foot at the time of casting.
Okay.
The range is centered on the caster, right?
Okay, so as I walk, they'll still have -2s?
Enemy suffer is takes no action. As he sees fit, and he need not concentrate on the spell. Possible for the priest to cast prayer. Another priest spell chant.
All of the creatures.
Yeah, so it's just
within the
AoE around you.
at
Okay.
the instant of the spell's completion. So it doesn't like if you move further into the camp, you won't catch new people with it. You'll
Yep,
only
that's
catch
fine.
the
That-
ones
yeah.
that you're casting it now.
Which is still good. I mean, I caught all of these.
Yeah. Still
And
follow
us.
up.
So Nick, you have a +2 to saving throws and attack rolls,
Perfect.
and I have a +3.
Okay, so let me just mark the NPCs that have been recitated. You've got recitation. You don't need line of sight to these people. The magic of it instantly knows who is friend and foe. Somehow, we don't worry about it.
It's Velthara's might.
Okay, and then I will get rid of the green blob for us. Okay, anyway, our squire comes up to Tyrael's flank and is going to make herself an attack roll.
No chance.
A 3 minus Lucas's shit, +1 for flanking, +1 for Thaco is probably still like a 3. So the sword comes up, clatters down against Tyrael's armor. He washes it aside without any problems. While the next squire pops out of a tent, sees what's going on, and then like pops back in the tent.
Uh-oh.
Based.
And Anton already is gone. The next night, this is the one here. She's
Am I able
sort
to
of
move
pinned
after
to the
casting?
ground.
You
Totally,
should be able
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to move. I guess after casting.
You want to just like jump down that cliff, slide down that cliff.
How tall is this cliff?
12 feet, 13 feet.
And
With a
heavy
D6
armor?
damage.
I have tumbling as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
Then I think you
I'll
just make a tumbling
slide.
check to avoid damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Skills tumbling.
Ooh, natural 1. You go to tumble, and the tumble turns into like a headlong crumble.
1d.
You'll take 4 points of damage.
Jesus.
Sliding down the hill in the dark. It's dangerous.
Does he not have a shield
Anywhere
anymore?
else you want to go? No, he's got a shield. It's
I do,
strapped to his
yeah.
arm.
No, that was a good idea, Steve. Should've done that. Next time.
Style points.
That's true.
Anywhere else you want to move, or is that good?
As far as I can move, sorry. So 15 and go 30.
You can go 60. Oh no, you've got half movement, right? Yeah, 30.
Alright,
So
yeah, I'll go 30. So I'll move to like here.
perfect, excellent. The knight fighting Tyrael that is pinned to the ground draws her sword and will attempt to fight you with it, Tyrael. She has -2 to the attack from her awkward positioning, and so she will roll a 13 against you. And next squire will pop out of a tent.
Wait, maybe we should do this before I guess Tyrael ever gets hit. Each individual person who attacks Tyrael will have to miss their first attack. Correct or no?
I think
see
anyone
somebody else.
witnessing what's going on.
Anyone witnessing it has to do
Yeah.
it.
So if they're in their tent and they come out, they should still have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, no one's hit you so far. So this person comes up running from behind, makes an attack roll. 15 plus 2 for back attack is a 17. I still think that misses your AC though. So it is a clatter into the air where your image is, passing through it, striking some stone. Imric takes his turn.
Oh, it's my turn already. I cast mirror image.
Missed.
Okay. There appear a bunch of these things within 6 feet of you.
Yes.
Which, now that I read this spell a little bit more carefully, I feel like there's a hodgepodge of you in one big, 6-foot radius blur. So they don't, spread out everywhere. It's just, a mound of you all in one area overlapping on top of each other.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think that makes any difference.
No.
Other than
just-
narratively.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
So
about.
there's 6 extra.
That's a good one. Good number.
Excellent. We got 6 mirrors. Okay. Next squire is going to pop out of their tent and see Anton. And being the brave squire that it is, cleric of Velthara, magic energy flying around. Burned face. Squire has no armor. The Squire will immediately dive back into the tent.
Coward.
Yeah,
He's getting murdered in his tent, Neal.
Same thing with this one, who will pop out, take a look around, see what's going on. This one, however, is a brave Squire, and she will come towards you, Anton, and parry.
Oh, wait, Neal, can I just move a tiny bit at the end of my turn? Sorry.
Sure.
Literally a tiny little bit, like here.
It's fine.
Oh, Koibu, can I just, let me just ask you real quick, and if you don't know the answer, I'll just take the 4 damage. I think my shield, as long as I fall less than 30 feet, I think I just don't take damage. Is that correct, or do I need to hoist it?
Oh, no, I think if you're falling a short distance, yeah, you're right. You wouldn't take any falling damage from that.
So it's fine if I take none?
Yeah, you take none in that
Okay,
situation. Yeah. I think your tumble, every time you fall a little bit, you get like a little bit of a feather fall happening. Then you tumble and you feather fall a little, tumble and feather fall a little.
So it looks cool.
So you like,
All right.
you hit rocks, but you don't hit them hard.
Yeah.
And I believe that is everyone on initiative order.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
We do everything what
rolling
on
them?
initiative order?
It's time for the next round.
Fuck it.
Okay.
2 seconds, Neal. Right. Character sheet's not loaded.
That's fine. I'm rolling my bulk macros anyway.
Can I actually change what I was going to do, since nothing's happened?
Yeah.
Thank you. I can take that 7 if you want.
Yeah, just take the base die and change the modifier on it. That's fine. All right. Imric, you are going to start us off. Go for it.
All right, I draw a clear crystal rod from my bag. I rub it against the fabric of my cloak of protection, and I'm gonna make a guess, trying to remember where I saw the knights last week. Cast a 80-foot lightning bolt, like in this line here, through these tents.
Right. So the lightning bolt originates from you and goes along a path.
No, it starts from a point of my choosing and goes a path
Yes.
from there.
But it does come directly from you. So it's not like you can start it below you and shoot it above you, right? So you
True.
can start it on the ground, but it's going to come as if directly from you.
Yeah.
And you are up on this 10-foot riser right here, right? So if you want to hit everything in a path along the ground, you kind of want it to be parallel to the ground. But from your perspective, it's not going to be parallel to the ground, right? You're shooting down.
I see where you're coming. Could I not crouch
Yeah.
down a little bit and get more or less where
I mean,
need
you're
to
still
be?
12 feet up. So I just want you to give me some narrative. How do you make this work in your behalf? Like maybe you miss the first tent, but it can like clip through the next ones, or are you gonna like try and hop down here and then fire it? Or
Well, I'd be happy to hop down if that doesn't count as movement and therefore breaking the spell. Like if it's as simple as just hopping down, then I'll do that.
no, but it does. That does count as movement.
does,
and
yes, that would
spell
break the
casting starts
spell.
at the beginning of the round. Yeah.
Well, kind of like crouch down, get as low as I can, and then tilt the lightning bolt so that the
It's still gonna start 12 feet off the ground, and this tent is definitely, if you want it to hit this back tent over here, then this tent is definitely probably
So
not.
you're saying he'll
going to
hit
be
3 instead of
hittable.
4. Nick, I'd take that.
I think from your angle, yeah, 3 instead of 4 is very reasonable.
But you know,
Or
the,
unless
the
you've got some fancy math you can do. You got a degree in geometry.
the 10-foot width of the lightning bolt. Can I not sort of turn that 90 degrees so it's 10 foot high and send it through that way?
There we go. We go. So it is 40 feet long by 10 feet tall.
Yeah, starting from like here.
Some genius spellcasting.
See, this is why I bring up these issues to you, Nick, is because I
Well,
know
maybe
you're
it
so
starts
smart
just-
you'll overcome them.
Maybe it starts like this. Hope
Okay.
this hits the other person.
Yeah, draw the line exactly, because I have the NPCs on the DM screen and I want to make sure I know where they're going.
Like this.
But it's 40 feet. That's 43 feet. Come on.
Yeah,
buddy.
do you know what? Fuck it. I'll just ignore the first tent and hit these 3 then, like you were saying. That way
Excellent.
I can do the 10 feet wide and make sure I hit the whole tent.
Okay.
I resent it though.
You.
True.
That's okay. You can taste copper in the air as the air around you splits with a thundering crack. These tents catch fire. You hear screams inside as the cook gets flung to the side, his body charred and burned, dead for all time.
Wait, do you not want to roll damage?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna kill the cook, right? He's got
19
HP.
Pretty shitty rolls. Thanks, fucking roll 20.
Mm-hmm. And we will get 2 saves for these characters, but they can't see it coming, so I'm going to give them a -4 penalty on these saves.
Also -2
because of recitation.
Plus or minus 2.
They were both outside of the recitation AoE, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense.
And they both failed no matter what, so they will take a shit ton of damage. It's all right, Nick. The way that you were drawing the arrow, you would have missed the person in the first tent anyway.
Okay, yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
And the tents go on fire, do they?
Yes, the tents catch fire. Absolutely.
I'll just narrate this for you.
Are you able to reveal them since it's catching fire?
Their turns are coming up shortly.
Through? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm now visible, by the way, just in case there happened to be anyone in this tree behind me looking to attack me on their initiative.
Were you invisible with mirror image?
No, because it's not an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love arguing about it with you, Nick. Another time, though.
We'll talk about that another time.
Fuck is this squire hiding?
That's on the next one's on the left side near Tyrael, if that's the one you're talking about.
I know, it's the one on the GM layer that is hidden from you guys. The one that is in the fucking tree behind you, Nick.
Yeah.
Who has dropped down
I loop
and
around
is coming
hearing
for
him.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear the squire coming because she lets out a ah! And rather than actually trying to run you through, the squire is going to tackle you. She throws out her arms wide, sword tossed to the ground, and is just going to try and grab you and throw you off of the cliff.
Okay,
Now,
look, if she misses and hits a mirror image, I want her to fall off the cliff.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, she's charging.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
if she
of course.
completely misses you, she's going off that cliff one way or the other.
Mhm.
Now, mirror image puts all the mirror images within 6 feet of you, right?
Yeah.
So that basically means, like, you know, this zone is full of nicks,
Yes.
right? So she's going to charge through a section of this zone. She's not really doing a pinpoint, I'm trying to stab you. She's doing, I'm just trying to grab whatever I can get. But she's got a pretty good chance of missing you. You're somewhere in here. She doesn't know exactly where.
Okay, wait. Before you carry on with this, we should roll the d7 like usual. I don't think you can try and change this.
I think when you're doing sort of a sweeping attack through an area, that it might be a little bit more like a 1 in 3 chance. You know, she's going through 1/3 of your zone.
I think that's
say
fair.
she cancels 3 images or something.
No way.
No. She's not actually hitting any of these things. She's just gonna, if she misses you, then she goes right through all the images and none of them disappear.
So you're not gonna lose. You're not gonna lose an image here.
You won't lose an image, but
Okay, whatever. Fine.
it's sort of like a charging, splashing attack.
On a 1, it hits you.
2
yeah,
fair.
a 1 on a d3.
I roll it.
Yeah, you roll it. That's always fair.
Roll high.
I'd like to point out that I was posting Neal the fucking mirror image text to try and get it buffed, and I've ended up getting it nerfed. So this just goes to show how little effort that is worth.
You already get every
Fuck off.
last ounce of power out of your spells. All right, this squire is at least targeting you, but she still has to hit AC 10, and there's a couple of you here. So
Wait,
I'm
no.
gonna...
She has to hit 18. It's all magic armor.
Oh, 18, right, because you've got dex and magic shit.
Can I get a hand on her as she goes past? If she misses,
Do you want to get a hand on her?
Well, I just blast her with the shocking grasp braces.
If she goes past you, she would provoke an attack of opportunity for like running through your square. Typically, you only get those with weapons, but she is doing this like my arms are stretched wide. I'm going through this zone. I think that's legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, she totally misses you. Even though she like targets the right thing. There's a lot of nicks around, a lot of Emmericks. She goes through the area, sort of gets a hand on you, and it just slips off. She goes off the cliff. You give me an attack roll.
Is it just +5 for level, or do I get any bonus for her being poorly positioned or something?
She gets -2 to saves, but
That's it. Yeah, just
11 should hit. And I need such AC, right?
If you only need her physical AC.
Right, it's Shocking Grasp, I assume. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think Shocking Grasp is affected by metal armor.
No.
No, yeah, I think that's good enough. You lay a hand on the squire.
Don't know how much damage it does, because it depends on the level of the caster, the Shocking Grasp spell. It's like D8 plus 1 for the caster level.
I wrote it down somewhere. I think it's just being done at...
I remember Cassandra doing like 20 damage to Steven when she attacked him with it. But that might have been her claw attack on top of it.
Yeah, I think most of that was her claw attack damage. I think it just did like an extra D8 of damage, to be honest. But let me double check my notes. Because it does do D8 plus spellcaster.
Yeah, it should be at
level,
least D8
right?
plus 1 at least.
Oh my god, does Shocking Grasp not have an upper limit on how much damage is imparted from level?
Quite a good
If
spell.
you're level 20, is it D8 plus 20 damage?
I think so, yeah.
Broken.
All right, D8 plus 6.
Hold on. Where's Vampire Cassandra? Well. Yeah, I think it's just going to be an extra D8 for you here.
Classic.
I think that's how it was done.
4.
4 points of damage, and she goes tumbling off a cliff for another 1, taking a total of 5 points of damage and ending up prone on the bottom of the cliff. But you can hear her shouting, "Spellcaster! Spellcaster on the southeast corner!" Out to the camp, wherever anyone will hear. These people do work with a spellcaster. They probably know all the tricks of the trade for fighting y'all. The next squire finally comes back out of this tent. This time, she's got a chainmail shirt on, or her, chainmail outfit on, spinning around to put it on inside there. Comes out behind Anton and is going to make an attack roll at him. With a 12. Nothing. This one over here behind Tyrael will do the exact same thing. With a 16, still no go. And Tyrael's turn comes along.
Can I, how do we, fuck, I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to say something. Are you sure the 16 doesn't hit me?
16 plus 2 would be back attack. Your shield doesn't count, and you don't even have a shield.
I don't have a
Your
shield.
back attack is 16. Yeah, that would hit you, but because of your...
okay, so it hits me, so he
Wait.
procs my mirror image, right? Or
yeah,
he procs...
he'd proc your mirror.
No,
She would proc your
because
mirror
the
image.
resuscitation gives her a -2 to hit.
Oh, we're still on the resuscitation?
Yeah, they all
There's a
have
+2 for back attack for here, so that goes to
So
18 minus 2 is 16, which is his back attack AC.
Okay. That seems,
Yeah.
just a general, I don't know if this comes through on your system or 2E. It seems a little redundant that you get a bonus to hit on back attack, and your back attack AC is lower. That's kind of weird.
That is intentionally that way.
Weird?
It's
Okay.
dangerous to be
It's
attacked
not
from behind.
everyone's back AC is lower. Right? It
Yeah.
depends
Only people
on
with dex
the
have
source
lower
of your
back
armor.
AC.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm
Yeah,
killing this person in front of me.
You're absolutely slaughtering her. Roll as much damage as you'd like.
I think it's a triple again.
Okay. Yeah. 9 and 5 is 14. The knight lies dead before you.
Okay.
You have movement if you'd like, but moving will provoke an attack of opportunity from both of those.
Why would I move when my next 2 victims are right in front of me, Koibu?
You have another attack at the end of the round, yeah?
At the end of the round. Yeah.
Okay. So this one here. So you can see her coming now. She is coming which way? Here. 120 feet, just under 120 feet. The knight comes careening round from her position in a watch spot earlier. This knight, unlike the other ones, since she was keeping watch, has her armor on. So she's got breastplate and chain limbs, but she does not have a shield because you can't climb a tree with a shield strapped to your arm efficiently. So this our knight is in is AC 17. And she will make an attack at Tyrael. Where's the... Which one is she? Yeah, okay. She will swipe at you with the 9 to hit. No good. And Anton's turn comes around.
I'm casting a spell. So I'm going to be casting Entangle. in that area. It's a 40-foot cube. I'm actually going to move it a little bit down. So, like, here. So that area is going to be entangled.
Like that?
Yeah. Can you move it a little bit more? Like 1 square down and to the left?
Like that?
One more.
One more down and left?
One more down and left. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Perfect.
So those people who walk in there can only move 10 feet per round. Or something.
Excellent. And there are 2 knights in that area, so they will get saving throws at penalties of 2 because... Well, not at penalties of 2 because they're out of sight of recitation zone. But one will get hit inside her burning tent and be entangled. And the other one will be able to move out of it at 10 feet per round.
Yep.
But is presently inside a burning tent.
Correct.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Okay. Hopping down outside of their tree comes the squire who initially blew the whistle on the operation.
Wait, are those 2 burning knights taking some fire damage on their turn? I mean, they are in a burning tent.
The one who is entangled is probably going to take burning damage because she can't get out of the way. The one who's not entangled, a tent being on fire, she can probably avoid it unless she stays in the area. Because it's not like it's a raging inferno, right? It's like, a little bit of fire going on the tent. This squire is going to come over here up to the top of this ridge and is going to try and throw herself on top of Tyrael. She's just going to try and tackle him to the ground.
Wait, which knight?
So, not the knight, squire. I'm sorry. This squire up here. This is another one in armor because she was keeping watch. So she goes to throw herself on Tyrael and completely fucking misses. Just face plants on the ground for 1d6 damage. Taking 5.
Is this person on the ground?
Yes, she's prone. In fact, well, yeah, she fell behind you, so she fell behind him. So I don't think it provokes an attack of opportunity, but she's kind of wrecked.
Can we argue that they were trying to jump on them, so he had likely a chance to like stab up or something?
Nope, that's fine.
Yeah, you know what?
Well, okay.
Give me a perception check. On a pass, you see her, and you can make me an attack of opportunity. There you,
Oh my
you see the knight, the squire coming.
Fuck?
You reach out with your blade. You hit, not a crit, and she misses because she dies.
Well,
there we go. Next night, I'm just gonna move them all to the visual layer. This is a pain in the butt. Okay. Next night. This one is entangled and can't really get anywhere. It's not that much of a flame. I would do a D3 of fire damage to her, Nick.
3.
Oh, bringing her down.
So these knights as well are gonna, if they come in this zone, they're gonna have to make saving throws. But yeah.
Yes, absolutely. This one passed the save and can get out at 10 feet per round. So
somewhere around there.
Here she goes. All right, good job, Knight. You done well. One, where's she? Way up here at the top. As I mentioned before, these knights work hand in hand with spellcasters. They understand how magic works. They understand these spells, and so they are going to take care to avoid entering the region. This knight's going to come to here, take a look about, and then using the last few feet of movement.
I would argue that tent, is it just like a tent that opens both ways, or is it open one way?
The tent opens on the left and right side.
Okay.
Yeah. Next knight pops out of their tent. Gonna come around like this. Over to here. That entangle did actually make them both take spend their whole turn moving. And the next squire over here attacking Tyrael. Come on, you can roll a 20. Ooh, an 18?
No chance.
No way.
He's looking that way.
No way. All right. This one has popped out of the tent with armor now, and with the chainmail shirt, and is coming to attack Anton with a 4. Wild miss.
Nope. Would we these two people are 20 feet away? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And that is the last squire. So anyone with second attacks, now's your turn to take them.
Person in front of me. Jeez.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That is a lot of 20s today, sir.
We're on the god seat today.
Another one bites the dust. Okay. Initiative.
I'm about to do some cool shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you are. Height's already won. Like, what do?
12. Mooton goes at 8. Imric, my friend.
I'm just thinking because I'm like, where can I actually do something to help? The fight's already won handily.
The fight's over right now. Yeah.
So
Don't worry, Nick.
I'll just get some XP and I'll cast my little level 3 spell.
Just gonna farm XP by casting high level spells. Cool. You're going at 9. We'll drop you down here. Anton, you go at the same time as the 2 squires on you. So all 3 actions resolve.
Using the Spear of Rohana and using all of my charges, I'm going to be attacking this squire, and it's going to jump 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to all those people. Fair?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4 jumps.
Oh, well then it'll jump from them to over here then.
And we already said it doesn't target you, right? You are not a subject of the... I don't think you're a possible target for jumping.
To the nearest enemy, stunning them as
Yeah.
well. So.
Cool.
And it doesn't matter if this hits or not, but it will. I'm going to hit it.
Right.
I'm also going to use a level 4 spell, so I'm going to add +4 to my attack
Good.
roll.
Go for it.
So it's going to be this +2 +4. So it's massive.
It's a lot of... Yeah, you really hit the 6 HP squire there. She dies.
But it's the lightning that's going to be jumping for 2d6 damage to everybody and stunning on a failed save.
All right. They get a save for half damage on the lightning, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Even on a miss, and stun the target for 1 round on a fail save. No, I don't think they get a save for damage. I could be wrong.
Safe for stun.
But it's safe for stun.
So, first 3 fail. 1, 2, 3. Then there's another squire and another knight. So here's the other squire. Is a fail, and the knight is a fail. Oh my god, they all fucking fail. So
to the people in the Koibu Discord who were saying we're gonna get wrecked, I told you this was gonna be a stomp.
sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did anyone actually
Call
say
outs.
that?
Crush.
Yeah, a lot of people in DGG chat as well.
Idiots.
Call outs. Wow.
6. They all die. Well, not all of them, and then a couple are stunned. All right. Well done, Anton. The squires have taken their turn. Imric, your turn is up, my friend.
All right, I want to cast slow, and I think I can hit. It's a 40-foot cube. I think I can hit this knight, and this knight, and the entangle up there.
Yeah. For sure.
It's up to 6 creatures, but it's only.
Well, that kind of clips Tyrael a little bit there.
It's all right. He's got a freedom of movement ring. He should be.
Oh,
good.
you're right. He wouldn't be affected by it whatsoever.
Oh, that doesn't clip
Yep.
him.
Wait, am I wearing it right now? Hold on. Protection and free action. Yes, those are the 2 I have on.
All right. So you're going to target 3 knights with this spell.
Yep.
Roll it,
There's
or
no
put
roll.
it in chat for us to see. But you know,
Well, make saves at -4.
yeah. Starting with the lower left and going counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3. With the save at -4, they all fail.
Based.
Okay. Lot of magic being unleashed here in this situation. And a lot of people going down. Okay. This is a dead squire. This is a living squire, but she is stunned, so she loses her turn. This knight has been affected, so she's going to lose her turn this round and make an attack next round. This one is stunned and slowed, so she does nothing either. And Tyrael will take his turn. Around you, Tyrael, are 4 dead bodies and 1 stunned and slowed person who is now hit.
Wait.
For regular
yeah,
damage.
1 stun. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Do I get a bonus to hit or anything since she's stunned?
-4 AC. I'm slow.
Yeah, so you get another 4 to hit on that, so it's a 24, which does not clear her AC because she's got all of her armor on, so it's just a
Yeah, but
regular
she's
hit.
lost 4 AC for slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a regular hit still.
Am I able to, if she's... Oh, wait, actually. Fuck, I need to look at my... If I go around somebody and circle to the back and stab them while they're stunned, does that count as a backstab?
Yes, while they're
undoubtedly.
stunned, but this one is not stunned.
Yeah, they're just slowed. This one's stunned.
Right. This one's
Oh,
slow.
I thought you said they were
Yeah, yeah.
stunned and slow, but there's 2 different ones. I understand. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's fine then. If they're slowed, I can't circle around and hit them from behind and them not move in time or anything, right?
Right, no, they'll turn, but it'll be slow, but you won't be able to get the back
Okay,
attack.
no problem.
The sneak attack.
That's my damage.
Love it. Okay. This is Dead Squire. And this knight over here.
Fucks off because Velthara just rained electricity all around.
Absolutely not.
Alright.
No fucking
More
way.
XP, baby.
So this knight is going to attempt to climb this cliff, but that is definitely going to need some sort of check involved. I think the base climbing is 40%. 32. So she will climb up here. Takes like probably 3 times as much movement to climb. So if that's 12, that's 36 feet. And then she can come around here and still has enough movement to get up to the caster, who I assume turns with all 7 of his images to stare at her.
Yes.
As she steps forward and give me that D, whatever it is.
Try it,
7?
Knight. If you don't take me down this turn, you're fucked. No.
All right.
Well, roll to hit
so-
anyway, because it might not break an image.
Yeah. That was a huge buff to that spell. Whoops, wrong button. 24! Easily
okay.
slicing through one of your images.
Yep.
And second attacks? Second attacks. No second attacks.
Nope.
Oh, and this knight would have moved 10 feet. Probably actually only 5 feet because of the slow. And now we do initiative.
Oof.
Right. Thanks. Oof.
I think that's everyone.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. Squire goes first. This Squire lost their attack last round because they were stunned. So this round, the stun has worn off, and she can make her strike at you, which is just a regular arming sword slash. Out into the air and miss. This one got their attack last round, and so is stunned this round still. So I'll just remove the stun because she's losing her turn this round.
Makes
Imric.
sense, but -4 to AC, right?
Right.
Not that it'll.
Uh,
Yeah, you're still gonna wreck her.
I cast Color Spray on the knight in front of me.
Ooh.
I roll a d6.
Those
6.
6th level or hit dice. Oh, these are 5 hit die knights.
Shame.
They do not entitled to a saving throw unless they are
Unless I was only 5th level, and then they would be.
right. But both of your levels are
6.
6, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the knight goes unconscious.
Lovely.
Kill them. Oh wait, no, we'll take them back actually.
Capture this one?
Yeah,
How long's it last?
for sure.
Okay, Tyrael. The night before you was slowed.
Ooh.
D4.
She raises her weapon. Somehow you miss your attack. She'll get around to it next round.
Well, I got
Anton?
one more at the end of this one.
Anton is going to attack the -4 AC knight, or the squire, so here's the attack roll. And
Oh my god, you slaughter another one of these poor women in training.
They all women.
Dead. Yeah, this is a pack of women.
No wonder
The
it's so easy.
casters, the
That's
knight,
you.
the squires. Okay. This knight can take their 5 feet. Hello. Getting close. Eventually gonna get there. I think this one on the tent is dead by now.
Based.
Yeah. slowly burned to death in a flaming tent and supply pack, while the ground reaches up and grabs her and all of her shit. This knight is
out.
unconscious, is color sprayed, can't do shit.
End of the round?
This one over here gets her attack finally. So I think she missed it last round. And it comes at -4 to hit, I believe, Nick?
Yep.
So a 12 against you is no good. And this one was stunned and loses her turn this round. So we go to initiative.
Wait.
No, we go to Tyrael's second attack.
I have a second attack as well.
Fuck. Does this hit through all the bullshit?
No,
Okay.
not with an 11.
5 damage, is that enough to kill?
Yes, it is. Drop another squire.
Can I have movement or no?
Yeah, you can do a little bit of movement.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit, and I'm gonna go and meet this knight. If that's fine.
Totally
30 feet?
legit. Yeah,
Cool.
easy peasy. Let's go.
Is that initiative time?
It
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm gonna move a little bit back, just like there.
Okay.
I'm gonna be casting a spell.
I think it's just the 3 knights remaining.
Yeah.
We got a Tyrael. We got Anton. Do we have an Emmerich?
Just thinking, but I think I'm just going to use my bow this round. We're not doing firing into melee rules, are we, or are we?
We are.
Oh. What? We do? Oh.
We always use firing into melee rules. Yeah.
Cringe.
Okay, so I'm just going to use my magic missile.
This is your wand, right?
Yeah, because that doesn't count as firing into melee, right? It's a pinpoint.
No, because it's
target.
magic missile.
Yeah.
I believe it is this knight's turn, who will step out of it all. Anton, stumbling towards you, pulling the roots at her side away, and she can finally make her attack that she's been waiting to do for like 5 rounds.
Time to die, Anton. Where's your
Wait, would that be
vengeance
a
now?
question? Would that be all of her
Burned man.
movement? Since that took her 5 feet to get out? Or no?
She can make a movement and an attack at the end of the movement. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Not
A
like-
16!
Nope.
Wow.
No, not even close. All right. Emmerich,
I'll hit that one that Muton's fighting. How dare she attack my brother? Take 6 damage. Wait, no,
die.
8 damage. 8 damage. Sorry.
nice.
What is that? What are you rolling for there?
Don't worry about it. I make all sorts of rolls in secret that have absolutely no bearing on the game. It's just to hear the sound of the dice, so you get
Okay.
concerned that something's happening. Right now, I'm opening my notebook.
right.
I'm making
You're not-
fake notes. They don't
You're
mean
not
anything.
fooling me, Neal. All right.
They mean nothing.
Oh,
Rolling
he's
for
rolling
your
for your
Gish
fucking
Gallop.
wand.
Yeah, but why is he rolling? It should be a fixed number of charges. That's what I'm at now.
Okay. Excellent. Where was this targeted?
This
The
lady.
one Anton's fighting.
For 8 damage.
That is 8 damage. That is exactly her remaining hit points. And
So
she
they're at
died.
0.
They're at
Yeah.
0.
That's good.
That's good.
If you want to keep her captive, yes.
Yeah, we're bringing them back.
This one's stun has worn off, but her slow is still active, so she slowly walks towards Anton with a "I see you, burned man. I'll have your head" as you
Wait,
take
wait,
your
wait.
turn.
Yeah, I was going to say her initiative should be delayed because of slow.
Okay, I am going to cast Hold Person on them. So
Okay.
I think that's a -2 penalty to their saving throw as well, because I'm only casting on one person.
All right. So -2 because of the hold person brings it to exactly a 14, and she doesn't have a yellow dot, so she was not within the zone of recitation. She passes. Thank God. Thank God. And finally, no, this knight made an attack last round, I think, so she does nothing this round, except holding her ground, and Tyrael takes his turn.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh
well,
my
I used all
God.
Good die rolls up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The knight that is slowed is somehow much more able to fight you than the other knights. And
We're rolling initiative again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling this whole person again.
Okay. What is the penalty to initiative on slow, Nick?
Sorry, we usually just play last, but I was going to say that.
Is it just last?
No, it's not. It's not by the spell. It's
Okay.
like, let me check.
Sure, it does matter in this case actually, because she. No, it does matter. It does matter.
Oh, it actually doesn't. Sorry, I'm thinking haste gives you a bonus to your initiative, but slow doesn't seem to affect it.
Okay, cool. Then Anton.
Minus
down
2 or saving throw? Or no?
All right, the knight tries to resist the effects of the hold, but cannot. She is held and slowed. The knight over here will make her attack at Tyrael. She has no other option. Retreat will not work, and she scores a hit. Not only a hit, it does not clear by 5, though, so it's just a regular hit. An ordinary, normal, finding a weak spot in him.
Is this
and
the
dealing
first
10
time
points of
she's
damage.
struck my AC or seen my AC struck?
Yes.
Okay. Or because if it's the first time, it'll miss, but I don't remember if somebody else did or not.
I believe this person came from all the way over in these tents, Koibu. I believe
the
this
one
is the
with the
first time.
red dot came around
Oh, that
here.
okay.
Yeah, this one came from one of these tents. She might not have seen that shit go down, though, so we're just going to give her a perception check to find out.
If she would have came
Because
from
I
those
don't know.
tents, she would have been recitated.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
20. No, she fails. The guaranteed hit is a miss because of your displacement. And you are fine.
Thanks, Corey.
Imric.
All right, I crouch down to this knight here that I've color sprayed, and I want to grab her sword and like throw it down the cliff.
Mm-hmm. You
And
disarm her.
then, yeah. I guess I don't really want to leave her up here, so I will just check if I've got any rope, like start tying her up. Don't think I do
I'll
that.
yell over to Tyrael. Can you capture that knight?
Yeah, okay. Neal, I'm just gonna drag her body down to this pile of bodies, like into the center of the camp where Anton is fighting.
Okay, so you like shove her down the cliff and then come
Yeah.
down after her, and then yeah. That's fine. I think we can basically step out of combat now because this is the only threat remaining, and she is slowed.
Anton's gonna tie this chick up.
How many people are we trying to
Alright.
capture here?
I don't
Well,
know. I
we
thought
can
we were
just
just
talk to
capturing
him.
the wizard, but
We can do that, but we can just talk to these knights. I mean, knights are valuable too, right? They're probably of noble blood.
Wait.
For now, let's just
Hang on,
finish
hang
off
on, hang on.
Tyrael and this one
Okay.
other knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
want to be doing
Tyrael-
something in this time. But yeah, sure.
I mean, in that case,
Yeah.
I'll be declaring non-lethal, which I think is a -4 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll come over and do non-lethal as well if
Okay.
possible.
I have a lot of
Yeah,
trouble
you're
with it.
tying up this one knight right now, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait for a round, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Roll me some initiative here, Tyrael. Actually, she already made her attack last round, so you get a free round in between.
He
Okay.
rolled for attack.
I rolled one, so
Oh,
then
you
I
did?
roll my second one now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The 15
Jeez.
will hit her with the bonuses. The 11 will not.
So I roll. I don't know what damage I roll for non-lethal. If that's at a penalty or not, but
It's like half.
9. I think half is you do half damage, and half of that is temporary. So let's add a little bit back. So the knight is standing, wavering. Get your second attack in. Oh, you did, and you missed.
I just
Roll initiative against her for the next round. She's got 15.
Is Anton able to come over now?
Yeah, you can find rope nearby, and it's easy to tie up a held person.
Okay, Anton will come over and he'll roll in.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be using the back of my spear.
Right.
So
And Nick,
it's
what were
fine.
you doing?
I want to check these tents, make sure there's no one hiding in them that hasn't come out for the fight.
Oh, you'll find someone really quickly.
Yeah. So which tent do I find someone in?
Over here, there is what appears to be like a groom and a servant hiding in the tents away from the battle, cowering down low and just looking out. And the groom, the man who tends to the horses here, will see you like poke your head in the tent and immediately throws his hands in the air and like slinks as low to the ground as possible, stunned with fear.
All right. I say the battle is lost for you. Get out. Surrender. You're coming with us. I'll
The
give him
groom
space to come out.
rambles on out and keeps his hands in the air.
I get
The
him.
servant will do the same thing.
Yeah. I want to round them back to the center of the camp where people are being tied up.
Yeah. Okay. Mouton and Tyrael
Non-lethal.
finish it off.
Finally, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do
5 and then 4.
Yeah, between you two, this knight is knocked into submission. And for a moment, calm settles over the battlefield. The huffing and puffing of hot, sweaty men dominating the soundscape as you police the bodies.
Okay, while they're
Tie up
tying
your
people up,
victims.
I go over to the wizard's tent. I want to try and peer in, make sure. It's on the edge of the entangle, so is the inside of the tent safe from the entangle or not?
You know, I was thinking about this after the entangle spell went off. The entangle spell makes like grasses and natural things grab at you, but the inside of a tent kind of has like a tarp down on it, and it's got a bedroll. So I think someone inside a tent probably shouldn't be affected until they step out. So this tent here is probably fine on the inside if you look into it.
Can you argue that the grasses are like coming in? Because they are like expanding and everything. So like a super soft small tent like this, like maybe, I don't know. It doesn't matter,
Maybe. It's hard to say. Yeah, in this situation, it doesn't really matter. I don't think the grasses really get to grow. They can kind of reach to their extent.
They're just grabbing
so if you're in
you?
the middle of like a flat area, you might be safe from it until you step out. Could have been argued. I don't know. I think in this situation, it doesn't really matter, but you can peer in.
I'll take my ring of fire protection off and replace it with my ring of free action and check these tents for any other people, and particularly check the wizard's tent for anything else that might be important, like notes from superiors or scrying devices, or just I'll cast a detect magic when I'm at her tent and make sure that there's nothing in there that's suspicious.
Great. Can I get everybody in the party to roll me perception checks, please?
Wait, is this to see Scoria flying over us, or?
It is. Yes.
26.
Luckily, we all fail, so we don't see it, and there's no reason to be scared.
No. What is happening is as you guys are rounding up the bodies and collecting everything, and Nick is looking in the caster's tent, and Tyrael's cleaning his sword of blood, Anton, as he's walking through and checking the binds on someone, notices that night that Nick had color sprayed, the color spray has worn off, and she has like been slowly crawling out of the space, trying to escape in secret and in quiet. But Anton passed his perception check, and you can see her crawling away in the ground very softly, very quietly.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna put my spear in the ground in front of her and like let her know that I know what she's doing.
Stops moving. She has no weapon on her, and she just leaves her hands palm down on the grass.
I'll grab her and I'll drag her back.
Second time today.
And I'll stand watch. And I'll ask Tyrael. Tyrael, I have a plan. We could bring all these knights back, I think. Maybe we have them semi-ride on the horses. Or we drape them over of a horse. Like, so one of us rides with the knight on a horse. We ride back. We bring all of them. I don't know if we can, but
let's take all our armor off them. We'll stack all the armor on one of the horses, and then we'll tie them up and put them over each knight over the back of one of our horses.
While we're doing this,
ride their own horses.
Yeah, of course.
we're being quick too, because we need to get the fuck out of here.
Do we? Well, yeah, sure. Real quick, I want to lift the head of the wizard out of the bag for a second. Make sure they're breathing. Everything is still okay with them.
Yep. Blood running down the side of the face. Hair matted and stuck to her head.
Okay, put her back in. Okay. Can we do we have? Does any of the gear that they're wearing appear to be magical? Do they have any rings on the ring fingers that are especially shimmering or shiny? Do they have any swords or armor that appear to be in immaculate condition compared to the rest?
The knight with the red dot is wielding a magic weapon, yes. But that is the only knight that is wielding anything. The caster, you guys had detected magic earlier and seen some magic on them. Nick, did you still have a detect magic left? Because you had cast one at the beginning of all of this, so I don't know if you had two memorized for today. Do you remember, Nick?
He linked his spell list.
Sorry, I'm muted. If I only had one, so if I already cast it last session, then I haven't got one.
Yeah, you cast it at the end of last session.
Can I just look at the blade? I've had extensive experience now with war blades and now with my own rose blade. Does the material of the sword look like something that would be imbued with a +2 or +1? Like, is it the similar rose quartz construction of my blade, or does
pristine?
No, I'm not asking for screen because I'm just trying to understand because I think earlier you made it sound as though rose quartz was like a suitable medium for like a +2 magical sword, but like a rose blade, I imagine, or I'm sorry, a war blade is going to look more similar to like a metallic steel sword or whatever. Just when I look at the construction of the blade, can I?
I hear you. This is indeed a +2 rose blade. Unlike the other one, which actually has a blade made out of quartz, this one is made. The blade itself is made out of mithril, and you can see a series of like rose type engravings coming up the. What's the middle? The blood groove of it called? I think it's called the blood groove, or a channel or something.
The channel.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and pocket that bad boy.
Or I'm gonna call the groomer over. The horse.
The groomer?
What was his name?
The groom.
The groom. I'm gonna call the groom over.
Okay, groomer.
And I'm gonna tell him to bring a horse.
Yep.
So he comes over with a horse, and I'm gonna tell him to hog tie one of the knights over the horse. Their hands and like their feet will be like tied under like the horse's belly, so they're gonna be kind of strapped to the horse. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. As long as you're willing to help them put the knight on the horse, because it's hard to put a person on a horse.
Yeah, I'll help him put the knight on the horse. So we're gonna be doing that with every knight, and we're just gonna lead the horses. And when we're on horses, we're gonna lead them back. So our goal is to bring all of these knights.
The living
back
ones,
to
right? Not the
capital.
dead ones.
Yeah, there should be 4 living ones though.
Yes.
This one is
these
alive.
4 are alive.
So we're bringing all 4 of these knights back because I assume that knights are noble blood, and the wizards. So we're bringing 5 captives with us back to.
The wizard's in the bag though, so we're definitely not losing the wizard. Yeah. Neal, do I find anything interesting in the tent?
Tyrael had already swiped some things that were obvious, but you have a little bit more time, and now that you can risk having light around, you can create some light. I think you've got candles, there's campfires. We can hand wave it as long as you're comfortable making light.
That's
and you can well search all of these things. You will find a few hundred gold, a few hundred silver, a handful of copper on the servants. You will find the wizard has a ruby in one of her pockets. It looks like it's attached by these little thin chains to a series of rings. It looks like you might have the rings on your fingers, and then the ruby would dangle in the middle of your palm. And it's a fatty ruby about yay big that seems to have the shape of a dragon made out of gold in the center of it.
I mean, I'll just pocket this. What shall I call this? Ruby fucking...
Just ruby with gold dragon inside.
Knuckle dusters. Cool. Ruby knuckle dusters.
Can I also...
No, 'cause it's not like brass knuckles. They're not fighting things. The rings are there just to hold the dragon ruby in hand.
Wait, that sounds like a scrying device, right, Nick? That doesn't sound...
Yeah,
like
maybe. All right, I guess we'll put it in the bag of holding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, can I go around and
Wait. Maybe not in the bag of holding. Let's put it in the coin purse, just in case the wizard can use it in the bag of holding.
No. I was gonna say my coin purse. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I go around and can I look for so these are all like knights or nobles. Can I go through and can I check them on their tents for any type of like amulets or rings? I'm sure they wouldn't be bringing the fanciest of stuff, but I'm sure they would have some nice heirlooms or something that looks to be of value.
They have personal wealth on them that is lootable.
Yeah, I'm looking around for all of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You will collect the personal wealth. You will collect the gold and the silver. These 2 servants had a couple of coppers on them. Are you going to take the money from the servants?
We're bringing.
Am I going to take the money from the enemies of our country? Of course I am.
It's a few copper.
Everything.
Hey, if I see them stealing the copper coins from the stable guy who surrendered, I'll say, guys,
we're
bringing them all back. What do you mean? We'll figure it out when we get there. Yeah,
that's fine. But these 2 people are civilians.
Sure. We'll hand them their money when we get back. Let's not fight about.
Correct. I'm stealing everything. If he wants to fight, then we'll roll for PvP, okay? But I'm stealing every single thing, okay?
Got it. All right.
I'm gonna get the groom oriented. He's gonna help us bring these knights back. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Before we leave, I check every tent to make sure there's no one left behind here.
Yep. Give me a perception check as you search everything in the night with your light. Yes. And what is your source of light? We were kind of hand waving it earlier, but
we always have a light stone.
There we go.
Yeah, we've got light stones. I guess light stones are out, so we do need to get out relatively soon because the Mastrain army will be here. But I fail to. Neal, I would notice someone in a tent. Okay, if somebody's hiding in the woods, that's fine.
People in a tent. This is not for seeing people in a tent. That's very obvious. They're there or they're not.
I wouldn't be looking for this. I'm trying to coordinate getting the knights on the horses and getting the fuck out of here. So.
Are there any locked boxes or chests or anything around here?
There are no locked boxes or chests. I didn't get a chance to finish telling you guys all the loot because you were all so excited.
Okay.
So let me
I just
want to
make sure I'm picking it up and not one of these dumb fucks that are just picking things up and fucking my experience over. Yeah.
Last session, Tyrael had mentioned he looked specifically for a spellbook, which he did find. The caster also had a staff on the with him. It's like a bronze shafted staff with a brass almost sphere on top, like 7/8 of a sphere on top that jingles and rattles as you move it. And there was also a wand made out of what appears to be maybe like a narwhal or a horn or like a unicorn horn with just like a row of human teeth going around the spirals all the way up it. So it's just like a giant tooth covered wand. Not giant, it's about, yay wide.
Okay, so there's a Mystrian staff and a Mystrian wand, and then a spellbook, yeah? Okay, gotcha.
And and the ruby and the gold and the personal wealth.
How much, can you tabulate this for me? Or we can do it during break if you want, because we're pretty close to break.
Yeah, we'll do this shit later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we put the knights on the horses. We have the groom and the... Well, I don't know.
Servant.
Stable boy.
Just a regular
Servant?
servant. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to get on horses and we're going to get the fuck out of here. Right home.
Okay, so there are 7 horses. You can put those 4 on horses, then the 3 of you can ride horses, and then the 2 servants walk.
The 2 servants can ride on the horses with them, no? Like with the knight? They're not armored. We took all the armors off the knights.
Yeah, if you're taking all the armor off, as long as you're not trying to move quickly with the horses, that'll be fine.
Yeah, we're just trying to get home.
Yeah, if you're just trying to get home and no one's got anything on them, it's just their clothes, right? You're leaving all the armor and all the weapons behind.
We're taking the one good weapon.
I already bagged
Right,
that.
right.
It's in my bag, yeah.
Yeah, then all the other shit we're leaving.
But all the heavy shit, that is not worth very much.
No, we don't need it, no.
Okay.
Unless there's anything.
And,
As we get ready to go, I look through the horses for Dave. Do I find Dave, or is Dave gone?
Dave is gone.
No, Dave! I reach into my bag, I pull out the crystal ball, I illuminate it with my lightstone, and I try and scry on Dave.
Give me
Where is
that
he?
percentage.
Not Dave! Yes, okay, I see him. Where is he?
You see Dave. Dave is in a corral with many other horses. It is dark. They're in some sort of civilized place. I shouldn't say a corral, it's a barn. In some sort of civilized town. You can't see too much other than the stacks of hay, the well-built structure that looks actually brand new. Like someone has recently raised this barn to house animals. It's probably some sort of like forward operating base, or maybe what place in this world would have new construction at a time like this, right? But it's in a stable with a whole bunch of other horses.
Pick up the
You
crystal
can
ball and
see
hold it to my
miscreant
face.
banners.
I'll save you one day, Dave. Those bastards. And I wave the image away and get on my horse.
All right.
I tell the groom if he tries to run off, we're going to kill him and all of his family, let him know. They're coming with us, they're going back to the capital, and they're going to live a nice life in our company. We're going to employ them.
In our wonderful country.
Wait, can you walk me through this? So we're 3 on horses, yeah? And we have the knights are where? On
The knights are on other horses, and we're like leading them with like rope. So
And
like,
we've
we're in the front. We have like
tied
rope
the
to
knights
other
to the
horses.
horses, right? So they can't just...
We've hog-tied them, yes.
Okay. And then the
There's plenty of
groomer...
rope to be found.
One groomer or 2 groomer?
One
One
groom
groom
and then one
One
servant.
servant.
Okay. And they're riding independently? We expect them to follow
They're
us?
riding with 2 of the knights, and we have like ropes to all of the horses, so we're just like holding the ropes. Obviously, if they bolt off, we're gonna have to go get them. We'll be quicker because we're just on horses. They have a knight strapped and hogtied to the back. So
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna be harder
understand.
for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, okay. I think this is everything. People keep bringing up this up in chat. I'm sorry. People keep mentioning like special upgrades for the knight's armor. When you were talking about the Koibu, you were just saying they were just getting breastplates and chain limbs, right? It wasn't anything
Yes.
like super ultra special or anything, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's
It
what
was
I thought.
literally
Alright.
just breastplates.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I'll say is that as we're going on our journey, every hour or so, I would like to make sure to take the guy out of the bag to make sure that he's still breathing and everything is okay,
Yep.
or for appropriate durations of time. Otherwise, yeah. So we don't have any of our 3 original horses. Those are gone.
Those have been taken.
Whatever.
Sexy is gone.
Well, not dead, just somewhere else.
Gone. True.
Okay.
Those are horses.
And we're bringing these motherfuckers back to the capital.
And we should ride so that one of us is at the back and some of us are one is in the middle and one's at the front, so we keep an eye on the knights at all times.
We'll do that. And I have an entangle ready to cast if anybody breaks. So they're fucked.
We should also make sure, because the wizard might wake up on the journey, so we want to make sure that she's like gagged or something, so she can't cast spells.
And that her
they are
hands
already ball gagged.
Okay, and that her hands are completely tied and restrained.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did this inside.
Interlaced and tied up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
you did this inside the tent. They're done.
All right. Well, why don't we go to our first break as you guys try to make your way back across the Silver River and across the West Voden Plain with a shit ton of captives and no invisibility.
We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our player characters have surrendered to the Mystery and Knights, are tied up and being taken back to the capital.
Other way around.
Or the other way around. One of the two. You decide.
Oh, fast.
We're going to be heading out because we're at the Silver River. We're going to be heading out from here, like this way. I know it'll take a little bit longer.
We saw where they crossed on the way in.
But yes.
Yes. You know where the crossing point of the Silver River is.
We're getting the fuck away from these people.
Mm-hmm.
And although it's nighttime right now, we're heading out because we rested.
Now, you can definitely follow the tracks to their crossing point. Did you actually see the crossing point before with your own eyes, or just did you see where the tracks led?
No, I believe we saw them crossing. Did we not?
I don't remember.
Wait, it doesn't matter. We can just follow the tracks. Stop. We can just follow the tracks out of the camp to the river and know exactly where they crossed. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if I have to describe the bridge again, is all.
Okay,
I don't think I've described the bridge in the past.
Okay.
It is a new construction, a series of small bridges going across an extremely rocky part of the Silver River near its upstream origins. There's a few like large kind of flattish islands in this river, and there's a bunch of planks that have been flattened, hewn, held together that go between a couple of these islands. The rest of the river is still sort of swift, rocky, and treacherous because of the angle of it all. But along this little trail, you should be able to pass with your horses without too much problem. You will notice that there, however, as you approach, that there is a small tent with a flag waving it on it from the middle island.
Tyrael, do you want me to cast Entangle on that tent?
Can I go sneak up to it and try to figure out what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hop off your horse and skedaddle?
Well, I don't want to hop off and skedaddle. I want to hop off and move silently.
I stop, turn around, and keep an eye on all the prisoners while this is going on.
I stay within 80 yards.
Okay.
Okay. Do I make this roll in secret, or do you?
Yes, I make it in secret.
Okay. It's at 95%, so.
All right. Well, you think you're moving silently.
Okay.
You can scramble across the planks into that little middle area and approach the tent. You will open it and find the inside is empty. It is abandoned. There is a small bedroll that's neatly rolled up over here, as well as a couple of small, like, makeshift shelves that have some food and some dishes on it. It looks like this would be some sort of outpost, some sort of watch station that has been left abandoned or whose watchman is presently away.
Okay. Do I see anything of value in here?
Minor value. You know, you could probably, like, hawk something here, but it would be a pain in the butt. It's not worth it for someone like you.
Okay.
No easy value.
Oh, we never went over the value of everything that had been stolen before as well.
He said we'll do it at the...
Yeah, you're going to want to find a safe place to go through everything and count it up,
Okay,
right?
gotcha. I didn't know if it was a breakthrough. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Tyrael and Emmerich, Tyrael, do you have, or Emmerich, do you have like a fire spell or something to fuck this bridge up? It would probably help with at least a few days with the knights.
These are just planks. You could physically pick them up and throw them in the river.
Yeah, I've got nothing now, but we should be able to smash it up if we need to. So
Okay,
let's get through the side.
Should we do that after we cross?
Yes, probably.
All right. You wreck the bridge. It's not difficult. It's not a complicated bridge. You just haul the planks and toss them in the river, let them float down, or bring them in the middle and crack them into half and then chuck them in the river and let them float away. And the way is barred for anyone on horseback or anyone who is not brave.
And we'll
You
continue.
cross into the West Voden Plain and hug the hills and make for the Spice Island, the Shallow Sea.
sounds based.
So based.
Okay. You can make it. With all of these people in tow, how are you going to feed everyone?
We're gonna be going on some. We're gonna be fucking rationing, Koibu, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
We can lightly ration, but we have like a cloak that gives us a ton of food, right? So we should,
Yeah.
I think we hopefully are okay.
Yeah.
But you can also just be like, you servants don't eat for 4 days while we travel. You know, no one's going to
We'll give them
die
a
for
little.
4 days of
Yeah,
food.
we'll give them a little bit of food though.
Yeah. We'll ration ourselves to try and like keep them not fucking dying and crying.
Okay. So you can do this journey in about 3 days. Roll our encounter check. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And 3 days later, 1, 2, 3, you will end up in Kershwick on the 9th of April.
All right. When we get within, a few miles of Kershwick, I'll ask everyone to stop, and I'll say maybe I should go in and get us a covered wagon, bring it back here for the prisoners.
Yeah.
Gabriel, you were gonna say something?
That's I was gonna say a whole bunch of stuff, but Koibu let us get this far, so.
That's good. Yeah.
What okay, hold on. In case this becomes relevant later, because you kind of 3 days us. Something that I would say is if we are making our way back to Kershwick, what I would want to do is I think one of our horses would actually be pretty far up front, like maybe 100 yards or something up front. And then if I see anything, I would motion for my crew in the back to move over into the trees, since this is a forested area coming into Kershwick, so that there's not, if there are travelers or anybody, I can't imagine people going north of Kershwick. But in case there are travelers coming in and out, whether it's hunters or whatever, I don't want people to see 3 people leading like a crew of like captured Mystrian soldiers on horseback.
Well, this is important because
Yes.
there are going to be people along that road.
Okay.
There will be mostly be soldiers and a few, like there are villages up in these woods and everything, and then people will hop on the road and head to Kershwick. So there will actually be folks along this section of road, quite a few guards and warriors.
Yeah, so this is something that is very important to me then. How far away does detect magic work?
I think 60 yards, or 60 feet even.
Is it only 60 feet away?
I'll check, it might be 60 yards, but it's not like super long.
It's not
distance.
super long.
This is the priest one.
60
It's
feet.
gonna be 10 feet by 30 yards.
Okay,
90 feet
yeah, in that
versus-
case, I would like to run like pretty far ahead then. So those 2 would be with the group of everybody. I would like to run maybe 100 yards or something ahead, such that like if I see anybody coming, I could give like a hand signal for them to kind of like move into the forest. I imagine this is a heavily forested area, and I feel like they should have sufficient space too. Because I don't want anybody, I don't want strangers to see us going into Kershwick with a fucking Mystrian elite crack squad of knights like captured. Is not the kind of attention.
Even like soldiers, because this area, this pathway is going to be guarded by Dracissian soldiers. Just Dracissian army regulars are going to be patrolling this area and keeping an eye on anyone coming in and out of this, anyone coming through the woods. It'd be shitty at their job if they didn't,
Okay,
look
so
out
the
for
patrol is going to
folks
be thick
coming
enough
through.
such that we shouldn't be able to just hide on the side and sneak them in, right? We need a more elaborate plan.
Probably, or if you did manage to, if you did hide them, but you got caught hiding them, all of a sudden you would be the people who are like trying to hide information from soldiers, and you'd probably be arrested as, potential spies or whatever. They take
Tell
that
them
stuff
it's
very
crown business
seriously.
or something. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you want to
I
sneak
would
these
like
people
to.
past,
Okay, I would like to wait then at the edge of this forest. I imagine there aren't any. I imagine that there aren't any things like. Sorry, Jesus, my brain. There aren't any villages out here,
forest.
right? There's not gonna be people walking or patrols shouldn't be starting like way out here, right?
the villages in the West Voden Plain have all been abandoned.
Okay,
and
yeah.
it seems like the Dracissian soldiers have pulled back to the line of the forest as their front line.
I'm going to ride into town and get a wagon.
Okay.
And then I'll come back here with said wagon. Yeah.
All right, so we'll make camp at the edge of the forest.
Yes.
Right. So it looks like the two of you will be making camp at the edge of the forest for a day, because it's 20 miles to Kershwick and then 20 miles back. So that's a full day's event to get there and back. And you'll spend a night in the plains by yourself. Would the two of you give me perception checks, please?
Yeah, I'm just getting my spells because we've had 3 days to do this. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, I would have Iron Vigil, and I would have casted this if it's fair.
Yeah, you've been casting Iron Vigil during a lot of your travel and marches, so that seems in vogue.
The
All
only
right, doesn't
difference to
matter.
my spell list is I'll take the mirror image out for the invis. One mirror, one invis.
I cannot be surprised with Iron Vigil though.
Right. Iron Vigil. Duration 1 week plus 1 day per level.
2 weeks. It should have already been on me, but I'm just recasting just to make sure it's 100%.
Okay. And while Iron Vigil's going, you won't get your rest to memorize spells unless you sleep.
Correct.
But that's fine. You're just keeping an eye out. You're not needing to rememorize anything.
For this night, I won't need to memorize anything, and I will be staying up the entire night just to make sure nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
Especially if Tyrell's gone.
Okay. Cool. Well, it doesn't matter. No, there are no escape attempts. You guys don't notice anything. Tyrael can come back a little bit later with a horse and wagon. What did you want to tell people that you were passing? Like, as you go through the woods, you're going to find a guard outpost to questions folks coming in. What's your story, Tyrael?
I'm going to come in and I'm going to say that I'm coming through with official business from the Queen.
And?
I need to talk to somebody with a level of authority at Kershwick. That something that I can't divulge to the average lineman.
They take a look at you. You are a noble. You speak the language with a fluent and easy accent. They consider you carefully, but you do seem like a normal person on the up and up. They'll just ask you, what are you doing out in the plains? Don't you know that place is crawling with the enemy?
I mean, I glance at the clearly magical sword at my side. I mean, I imagine I'm a bit phased in and out of what they can see because of my armor of Rohana, and I don't say anything. It should be pretty obvious that I'm aware of the danger out here, and it doesn't threaten me.
Nope. He's on a mission from the Queen. He seems like a normal citizen. They take a look at your horse and your stuff. You know, they'll give you the once-over, but the knight in charge will let you pass. And you can head into town, hire a wagon and some horses, like a team to move some things.
I want to, as
this
I
is
hire,
more of a hiring someone, right? You're not like outright buying a wagon and horses.
I can hire
very
someone.
different level of
I want to
cost.
have a conversation with the local authority in Kershwick, with whoever is in charge. And then, I don't know, we can go through the conversation you want, but basically what I want to impress on him is that I am on an order of the highest authority, and I need to be moving through some supplies through Kershwick into Wigthron Rorentha, and I need some level of discretion. I don't want soldiers peeking in and seeing what's going on because I'm not sure who I can trust, whatever. So this is the type of conversation that I need to have. Because I imagine if I bring a wagon like this into Kershwick, a soldier is going to stop me and say, hold on, we need to take a peek at what's going on. And then they're going to see soldiers.
Absolutely.
And then at that point, there's no reason to have the wagon. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to check anything that comes through down the road. You might be able to get away with the not having your stuff checked if you've got like a warrant, like a physical piece of paper that's signed by the Queen that says you can pass unmolested.
So the one
But without
piece,
something like that,
yep,
you're going to
so
be
the one piece of paper that I'm going to have is I have that kind of get out of free card. Wait, did they assign it? They gave us a royal warrant or something, right? Related to.
You have a get out of jail free card, but that's a social verbal contract. Like you.
Oh, that wasn't
you
like
call
a
in
written
favor from
pardon
the
or
Queen.
something?
Yeah, it's not just like a written
Oof. Okay.
thing that you have on hand.
You could maybe get one from the Lord in Kershwick now.
In that case, yeah, my question is going to be, are there people that send ravens, or I don't know if Kershwick is a big enough town to have like the tweeting spell. I don't know if we still have that between the wizards, or if that was a 5e only thing, or...
In theory, you could get a message from Kershwick to the Queen, wait for it to come back, and then all that jazz. It'd probably take like 4 or 5 days for all that to happen.
4 or 5 days. That's a lot of
Yeah.
days, Koibu.
It's a lot of days.
Fuck. I mean, I
Yeah.
said this when we were on break. I don't know if you're here, Koibu, but I was talking about when we were leaving the Silver River. I have my hawk, and I literally trained my hawk specially to send messages to the Queen's area. That that was one thing I trained him specially to do. So I wanted to see if we could get my hawk as we're leaving to fly to the crown and say and impress upon them, hey, we have these type of people, and we're gonna need you to send us something or get us something so we can come and bring them to Kershwick with discretion. Is this something that we could go back and do? Is that fine?
Yeah, you can tear a piece of paper out of Nick's spell book, because I don't think you guys have any other paper on you. It's kind of an expensive maneuver, but it's doable. Write out a message to the queen. Do you have parchment? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, then you can. The other guy's spell book. Thank you.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah. I'll write a message to the queen that we are bringing people back with us. This is very important. Some of the most important people probably going to help the warfare a ton, and we need either royal guard to escort us back in secret, or we need some sort of letter that will let us pass through these lands unmolested.
Okay.
And Tyrael will meet them in Kershwick. He will go and find it wherever you
Great. And this is a problem you guys would have foreseen. So you could have sent this bird during that 3-day journey to Kershwick.
Yeah.
So you won't get a reply because the bird wouldn't necessarily be able to find you. You're just going to hope that by the time you show up to Kershwick that there's something been arranged.
Arranged for Tyrael. We'll stay on the outskirts of Kershwick. Tyrael's going to go and then figure it out.
Sure. So you're going to need to suggest something to the queen, right? You're going to need to say...
I said royal entourage, or give us a letter that will let us travel these lands by any guard unmolested, so no one will touch us. So something like that.
Okay. That's a pretty good request. Pretty solid.
She's going to send a note back. Oh, no.
What's she going to say, Nick?
I thought you were going to have her send the note back on the eagle, and then some Australian soldier would shoot down the eagle, and then he could be a spy with the note from the queen.
That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I should have done that. No, instead, by the time Tyrael gets into Kershwick, there is a young lady kind of waiting, looking for Tyrael. She'll spot you. You'll recognize her as wearing the queen's colors. She's one of these handmaidens or ladies' maids, one of the people that typically would work in the castle, moving things around.
Okay.
Hold on. Can I answer MrMouton's question?
Thank you.
It's an important one.
It is. One of the most important stats.
She is on the upper end of average. If 10.5 is dead average and 8 to 13 is one standard deviation, she's a 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
She might be Taylor. She might as well be Taylor Swift as far as Anton's concerned.
Yeah.
This young lady will see you coming in, Tyrael, and she will hurry up to you and give you a deep curtsy and say, "My Lord Tyrael, McGarry."
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Sorry.
I have come on behalf of my patron, your patron, bearing a letter and a message.
I'll hop off my horse, extend my hand, get the letter.
She'll hand you a sealed letter. It's actually kind of thick. It feels like there's a letter sealed with inside the letter. And she'll wait for you to read it. The outer letter will say, "My dear cousin, my dear nephews, I hope all is going well on your journey. I've received your hawk and its attached message. I hope the best for you. We have returned your hawk to your home where you may collect it when you get back here. Enclosed is a letter that will allow you to pass by any guard posts without needing to explain yourselves. I don't think I need to impress upon you the importance of keeping this letter secret and safe. Should it fall into the hands of the enemy, we would be leaving ourselves deeply exposed. Please take care, and I look forward to seeing and hearing from you soon. Signed, your loving aunt, the Queen of Drekis, and all of her titles and honors."
Gotcha.
And then there's a secondary letter that says the bearer of this letter is an emissary of the Queen and should be let by unmolested, blah, 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 blah. Signed and sealed, yada, yada.
All right.
Ooh.
Easy.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, give me the wagon, and I want to go back up, get my friends, go through the town. I imagine this should be arbitrary.
Yeah, I'm just going to subtract some money from the loot that you'll find in order to expedite this process. And the party can get to Kershwick, and you want to get back to the capital?
Wait,
so we can just
subtract
stand
some
by
money
before
from the
town?
loot that we find to expedite the process. Excuse me, what does that
You're
mean?
gonna
You're
have to,
paying
like,
for the
hire-
wagon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. As long as I get credit for stealing it, I'm okay with that. Sure.
Yeah, you get credit for stealing it, but we're just gonna.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to
fine.
do that.
All right.
Oh, they cost this much gold and blah blah
And then
blah.
we haggle.
Yeah,
That's
like,
good.
We got.
Okay, we're galloping
we're going
back to the
Windthrow
capital.
and Renthrow,
The next
and
day.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be another 30, 60, another 100 miles at like 30 miles a day with all these things. It's gonna be another 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will get back to the capital on.
Neal, over the course of these days, can I cast a Charm Person on the captives?
Absolutely.
I don't want to hold any significant conversation with them, but I'll just cast Charm on them so they're a bit more agreeable once we get back.
Oh, and also,
Which captives?
You know, the knights and the groomer.
All of them.
what about the wizard?
Yeah.
Bag of holding.
Yeah, I fucked the wizard.
So yeah, I take it you guys bring the wizard out, feed her a little bit of water, shove her back in.
Give her air. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah. Okay. You can manage the wizard in the bag of holding over and over again. Who is her jailer? Who is the one who pulls her
Tyrael.
out, feeds her, waters her, and shoves her back in?
Tyrael.
Sure.
Okay. Tyrael's face is the one that she will be familiar with. The other ones will have all come to consciousness by the time, well before you get to Kershwick, and will know all of your faces.
That must
and
be hell.
probably your names.
Living in a bag of holding, just like eternal darkness, I'd assume.
How does Nick?
It's like solitary confinement.
How does Nick learn spells? Like, can I give you this book and you learn spells over the next few days, or do you,
You
need
mean like how do I learn them to add them to my like list of spells that I can cast? Or how
Yeah.
do
Do you
learn
want this
spells to
book?
cast?
Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll have the book. I can't really do much with it now, but I'll have it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going
need-
to remove that. I'm just call it a mystery and spell book. I'm removing that from my bag of holding.
Cool.
And we get to the capital.
Absolutely. You arrive at the capital. It is April 14th. It has been about a month of adventuring, a little less than a month of adventuring, like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks or so, going out and back, plus all the things that go along with it.
Cool.
Your next big plan happens on the 18th of May. So in like a month and a few days,
Yeah,
you
we
got to
got
be
a
over
lot
on the
of
other
time.
side of the country.
We're gonna need to leave soon for the.
How long does the journey take? Like 3 weeks?
A few weeks. Yeah, depends on ships and winds and shit.
Okay.
So congratulations on making it back. Let's talk about the loot that you have found. Somebody add 332 gold. Someone add
Promote.
216 silver.
Do you want me to add it to the party sheet, Steven, or you got it?
You can do it.
Okay. 330 gold.
330 gold. 216
silver.
silver. Yep, 35 copper, unless you want to give money back to the servants, in which case you give 16 of it back, leaving you with 19 copper.
Okay. I will. Yeah, we'll give it back.
What was the total wealth then? Can you say it one more time? Sorry.
Yeah. I need to add personal art objects and shit, so give me a minute.
Okay. Or we can do it next break if you want. You don't have to do it now.
Sure. That'll be better. Yeah.
Okay.
But now is the time to get XP, right? I mean, because
Yeah,
the
should we
key
do
thing
XP
we're trying
now?
to do here is to level up
Well-
before we go to Demon's Run.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Firstly, I'm going to go talk to the family to see if any of those items came in.
What? Shouldn't we take them to the capital first before we go and talk to the family and stuff? Like the guard, like the. knights and
Yeah, as
stuff?
long as we can do this all like the same day. I just want to make sure that
Yeah,
this
this
is
should be the same.
excellent. Okay, yeah, we can go turn everybody in first then, sure.
That's
Okay.
fine, Koibu. We turn him in, and then he does the family shit.
By turning in, you just mean you just hand over the knights and guards to.
Well, we want to talk to them too.
All right, well, let's do the talking with them. You get
So we'll
them
do an
to the
investigation.
capital.
Yeah.
Where in the capital would you like to do this interrogation? In your home?
Wherever the fuck Claritas would let us,
No,
right? Like
yeah.
a jail cell or something
In the
like
dungeons.
that.
the
In like a
palace.
dungeon.
Okay, so you want to like go throw these people in the dungeons and then interrogate them.
Yeah.
That's great. There is a spot outside of town, south of town, where a bunch of prisoners of war are being kept in a
No.
POW camp.
We don't want these in the POW camp. We want them in like the Crown's dungeon because these aren't average prisoners of war. These are Scoria's prisoners of war, and they know stuff about her. These are going to be upper level nobles, I would assume, of Mystria. So these aren't the average Joe Schmo that you capture, especially with a +2 sword. And we'll impress that upon Cartos or the Queen.
Yeah. The knights that run the army are aware of the value of this and are happy to imprison these people in the deepest depths of the Wicthron Rarenta dungeons.
Something else that's important, I think. You mentioned giving, adding gold to the party sheet. Earlier in this campaign, I think a couple episodes ago, or last episode, you mentioned that horses were becoming increasingly rare, that the cost of these maybe was 2 or 3 times as much. We're bringing back extra horses that I imagine we'd sell back. Yeah, 7 horses. So...
Yeah, you want to sell off 7 horses? We can add. They normally go for 75 each. You can sell them for 150 at this time.
Should we not keep 3 since we?
Yeah, we can keep 3. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
we'll sell 4.
Okay,
so 4 times 150.
600. Yeah.
Cool. All right, party sheets added. We had 5,780 gold.
So if we get these people locked in the dungeon, I guess I'll be the one to speak to him since I've charmed them.
There's going to be a great many people here wanting to speak to these folks. You'll want to talk to them, but there's, knights and guards and queens and wizards and sorcerers and clerics. These people are going to have their minds ripped apart by magic at some point.
Well,
it's going to be 4 knights and 1 wizard.
But
and
you
I'll
guys
impress
can get
upon
first
them
crack.
that I'll tell them about the banner. I don't know if they've heard of this before. These were knights and a wizard who was under a dragon banner. It didn't look like the normal Mystrian flag. It looked like these were Scoria's special forces or troops. It seems like they're based around Gold Hill, and I've heard that there may be 2 of Scoria's babies in there. So maybe they're planning something around them. That's what I'll tell them, and then we'll interrogate, and I'll let them know more.
Okay. There is a lot going on here, right? This process of interrogation is, working with the knights, or kind of, how do I say it? Let me rephrase. It's a complicated thing for you guys to be questioning these people, plus all the people the crown wants to question them. It's a long process with many facets to it. So I think we want to try and simplify this interrogation as best as possible. So that way I can just hand you information and we don't have to spend like 2 hours role playing who says what, where, when, how, why.
If the crown wants to fuck with their minds and that's the easiest way to get information, let's do that. Let's let them do it then. And we'll just get the information. I don't think the crown's going to lie to us or anything. So.
Yeah, why don't you give me some questions that you want answered, and then I will give you those that you can get, plus any other relevant info.
What is the flag? What does the flag, I guess, signify? Are they special troops of Scoria? I guess that's 1. Do you guys have any questions?
I'm just thinking of some now. So
what their plan was around here?
How does Scoria communicate with King Gilda? How many wizards does she have working for her? What spells does Scoria cast?
What's the ruby with the gold dragon in it? Specifically to the wizard.
Well, let's start with these one by one. The flag is the banner of Scoria's personal guard. Her own units, her own troops work underneath a flag, and the red flag with the black dragon, the silhouette of a dragon over it, is her banner.
Got it.
What was the second question? How does Scoria communicate with King Gilder and all that stuff?
Yeah.
These knights aren't privy to that knowledge.
The wizard?
What about the wizard, though?
The wizard we'll get to in a little bit. Let's just do the knights first. The knights, they don't know that shit. That's way above their pay grade.
Yeah.
Are they notable families, especially the one with like a +2 sword in Mystria? Are they somebodies?
They are somebodies, yes. They are landed knights or nobles whose families have had these positions for a long period of time. These people could be held hostage and ransom backed to the Mystrians, which is typically how things would be done, either during the war or after the war, or whatever. But as nobles, they are typically permitted a certain level of respect and honor and kept in, nice quarters and not the deepest, dankest levels of the dungeon. That's typically how you would hold a noble in a war. Now, these are Scoria's crack troops who do her own work, and this is maybe not the most friendly or civil of wars.
What was their mission?
Yeah.
This is the good part. These people represent one faction of Scoria's vanguard. And to understand this, your people will pull some more information out of these folks. It appears that Scoria's troops are broken into 4 categories. She has her servants.
Yeah.
She has her lair guard. She has her enforcers. And she has her vanguard. These people work under the flag of the vanguard, which is orchestrated, I shouldn't say orchestrated, run by Siobhan the half-elf. They can tell you a little, they will eventually, whether they want to or not, reveal a little bit of information about the vanguard, one of the 4 factions or sections of Scoria's soldiers.
Okay.
These knights and their caster were part of 4 groups that comprise the various strike groups within the vanguard. It is their job to sort of go out and get shit done.
4 groups this size in the vanguard.
Yes. Yes. Their job is typically to go get things. You know, we know that there's a magical item here. Go get this. We know that the enemy is like patrolling these areas. This group of troops, you run around, you find them, you ambush them, you take out anything that you can see here. They had a...
So these are like the enforcers, yeah?
So what were they looking for in
The
Gold Hill?
enforcers are different.
Oh, the enforcers is, sorry.
What were they looking for in Gold Hill then?
They weren't in Gold Hill.
What were they looking for where they were?
They were patrolling the plains looking for scouts, upcoming groups of soldiers, anything that could be dangerous, and destroying them all.
Do they work for Scoria out of fear or respect? I think something that could be useful.
Yeah.
There is a socioeconomic situation that arises when you are it's respect, it's fear, it's the position in society they can hold, it's the lack of other options elsewhere, it's somebody seeing their talents and wanting to work with them rather than wanting to destroy them. It's sort of like, you know, we're pirates because of X, Y, or Z. Well, they're pirates because there was money being traded. Someone needed to be here to like rob all this money. And there's certain people who just happen to fall in that niche. These people, you know, they didn't seek this job. It's sort of called to them. They
don't love Scoria, is what it sounds like. At least not the knights.
I don't think anyone loves Scoria.
I would just assume that there'd be like a cult of like dragon worshippers who think that she's like
these
gods.
guys, these are not dragon worshippers. Scoria is in charge, and they will serve her because it is in their best interest to serve her. She's in charge. They get position, rank, honor out of it. They get respect. They get to kind of go off on grand adventures and also help out their people and help out their society. They are advancing themselves and their loved ones by this process. But Scoria is still the dragon who will kill them if they fuck up.
Yeah, makes sense.
So they fear her, but this is just like a prized opportunity. Yeah.
Well, they fucked up, so.
You will also learn that the Vanguard contains a group of infiltrators, which these people know very little about other than they get messages from the infiltrators. There is a group of...
That's really important. Do they know what kind of messages they get? They don't know if they're about true.
The wizard will know.
Okay.
We're just talking to the...
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
Right. Yeah. There is a band of about 100 people known as the Crushers, led by the half-orc fighter Skrizza. And they will tell you that so the Vanguard is there to get something done, like extract information, get an item, kill very specific people. The Crushers are we just want this thing wiped off the face of the map. We don't need nuance. We don't need skill. Make this thing gone. And so it is they typically live in the Thieves' Forest, but they work independently under Siobhan, not necessarily with this group, so this knight doesn't happen to know where they are at any given point. Last they heard, the Crushers were over in Eridon, doing something with Longcast and Kneecap, but they don't really know.
Okay.
The Crushers are monster-backed and led it's ogres, it's orcs, it's half-orcs, it's hobgoblins, it's whatever mismatch of monstrous creatures who are out for blood and guts that are willing to join. They're wildly uncivilized. They can't be stationed in any towns because they will just kill the people in the town, so they have to live in the Thieves' Forest rather than anywhere else.
But the half-orc controls them.
The half-orc Skriza is their leader, yeah. There's also a group of scouts, which are 3 mages, 3 clerics, and then, some subordinates who scry on enemies, resources. These 6 people use their various magics to gather information for the Vanguard.
Where are they based?
So the whole Vanguard is typically based out of the Thieves' Forest, but they move around, right? So the strike groups have forward operating bases closer to Gold Hill. The one that you found was right next to Silver River. There's some other ones. These knights don't know exactly where they would be at any given point. They move around based on what they need. The scouts have been operating, last these knights heard, out of the ruins of Half Hill.
Okay.
There are a pair of assassins that work for the Vanguard as well. One of them is some sort of necromancer named Justina, and the other is unknown, another woman, but they don't know anything about her.
And this is just the Vanguard, all of this shit.
This is just the Vanguard.
Oh.
Yep.
Nick, you're writing all this down, right?
I am writing it down.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And then, there's various support staff that work with these people and work with Siobhan, wherever Siobhan happens to be based. Last they heard, Siobhan was in Gold Hill, or maybe Half Hill. Siobhan and the scouts are usually pretty close together because Siobhan uses them for information to then deploy messages. But if the scouts were in Half Hill and they heard Siobhan was in Gold Hill, they're not exactly certain what's going on, but one of those 2 locations is key. And that's what they know about the Vanguard.
I ask,
That's
how
what the
powerful are these scouts? How powerful are the spellcasters and the scouts relative to the wizard that they were traveling with? You said that they're used to being around spell. Well, how much? A lot more powerful, or maybe a little bit more.
The knights have never talked to the scouts, but they pull out information. They're used to dealing with spellcasters, and they're used to especially spellcaster fighting tactics, but when it comes to divination and scrying and getting information, it's sort of I don't know. They can see into your thoughts. They can spy on you wherever you are in the world, But they're just talking about ESP and clairvoyance at that point. So at least 5th level, probably higher.
Yeah, okay.
I guess we'll start doing the wizard unless Tyrell has any questions.
Nope.
Yeah, do you have any other... No questions for the knights?
No. If we have any more, we'll right back. Cool. Can I impress upon them that these people cannot ever leave this dungeon until the war is over, due to the fact of they know our faces and...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's happy to let these people get anywhere.
Well, not only that, they can't be traded or hostaged away either.
Traded.
Yeah.
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 Under orders from if we need...
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's been impressed that this is a special group of people that should be held on to for a while.
Could we ask it how, if Scoria keeps track of these people in any way? If there are items that are enchanted or commonly scryed upon or anything? Or
Scoria
let me...
won't directly, but
of course,
there's
but
a
let
chain
me
of command, right?
Yeah, or let me say, have they ever been in trouble and help, mysteriously shows up at exactly the right time in a place where they wouldn't otherwise? A question like that where I might be able to figure out,
No, because this is the Vanguard. It's their job to go somewhere and do something, and if they fuck up and get themselves killed, then they didn't deserve this position to begin with.
We'll start with the wizard now.
Yeah. Now, the wizard is a higher rank. The wizard is the leader of the rest of this group here, of this strike group.
Yeah.
She's going to know some shit.
What items did the wizard have on her?
The ruby, the wand, and the stuff.
Oh, those were on her? I thought those were just in her tent that we didn't take. I thought that she had some rings or something, no? I could be wrong.
Did she have more stuff than that? No.
I mean, she was wearing the clothes that she sleeps in, and a heavy cloak to keep her warm.
I'm just making sure that she didn't have like rings on.
Yeah,
or,
we'll
like, a
obviously strip her
necklace.
of any jewelry that she's wearing as well.
Yeah, you can just put her in like a loose linen prisoner's clothing.
And I assume none of those are magical.
Her cloak is magical. Yeah.
The cloak is magical.
Do they know our name? Do they know who the McGarrys are? Have they ever been alerted about us or what we look like or anything like that? To keep an eye on us or to be aware that we might be in an area?
Yeah, we'll ask them because they're going to be in the prison forever.
The wizard will tell you that she has no idea who the fuck you people are.
Nice.
But you seem like the people whose horses that they stole and disappeared to the ethereal plane. They kind of recognize, especially Anton here.
That was us.
Yeah, but they don't know who the fuck you are.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
How good is
What
the
other
cloak?
questions?
Okay, so for the wizard, how
If
does...
you're in town for a while, sorry, Nick, long enough for you to identify items for like another 5 days, I can give you that information. But we'll
Yeah,
have
we
to
will.
stay in town for another 5 days.
We'll see if
will
we
be.
will be. I don't know if we will be.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we might boat. We might need to boat. Okay, sorry.
No,
What are
we
your
should.
questions?
I think if we can wait for 5 days to get those items ID'd, that would be ideal.
We need to wait 100% to get experience. That's
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, how does Scoria communicate with King Gilda?
I expect that she speaks to him.
Would she go there in human form? Is that a thing that she does, or would she fly to the capital?
I don't think that she would walk to the capital.
Can we not interrogate the wizard? Can we just get them to interrogate her so we don't get snarky answers from the wizard?
Yeah. All right. You can deliver these questions. You'll get the responses back. The response will come back on this stuff that this person has never met Scoria. Or that's not true. She met Scoria once upon a time for a single initiation ceremony, but since then has been working under Siobhan. And Siobhan is her leader. Siobhan is the one that she follows. And the happenings between Siobhan and Scoria is sort of unknown to her. She'll catch little bits of information here and there, but that's mostly about how Siobhan deals with her. This group is above all the happenings of the country, of the Mystrians. You know, they don't give a shit what happens with Mystria. They outrank every single knight in Mystria, so they don't pay much attention to how that
Okay, so she
side
doesn't
of
know
the
that.
alliance works.
Does she
What
know
is
how
the,
many?
uh,
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What does the amulet do? Or not the amulet, the ruby encrusted dragon thing.
She has managed to resist revealing that information. Even with magical scrying attempts. She's passed her saving throws. She has held back that as much as possible.
And she resisted the charm and everything as well, so...
Eventually, with magic, they will probably break through. Eventually, she's going to fail a saving throw. But in
Well,
the
if we're here
limited
for
time that we
5
have right
days,
now...
So if we do stay for 5 days, can we get that info? Well, I guess the best question is...
Well, we
if
can
stay for-
identify it anyway. So.
If we stay for 5 days, we can get to the correct place within the time frame, right? With the boats. It's a 2-week journey. We have a month until we need to be there. So 5 days should be fine, if not a week.
Yeah, unless there's like some crazy
Something
storm.
terrible.
It'd be fucked anyway, so...
Okay, we're going to stay for a week then in town to get XP, to identify items, and to make sure our questions are answered.
Right.
Yeah, we can just identify the ruby, so we don't necessarily need her to tell us that. I want to ask her, does she have any idea what spells Scoria can cast? I know that red dragons have a limited number.
She does not know what spells Scoria can cast, but she will tell you Scoria has a whole bunch of spellcasters working for her that will do her bidding on most of those fronts. And you will... One of the little bits of information that will be gleaned is that the head of Scoria's servants is a dwarven cleric of Verasi named Zarthan.
Wait, he's the head. What about, does she not have a wizard who's like a head wizard? Dwarven cleric. Zarthan.
She has many spellcasters that work for her
Is this
in
for
various
Rossi's chosen?
factions.
I'll ask.
Cleric of Verasi. All clerics are, they're God's chosen.
What about this Siobhan that you work for? Is she a caster?
She is. She's
Cleric
a fighter
with it?
mage.
How powerful is she?
More powerful than the mage here. at least able to cast, at least level 7. But if she's one of Scoria's top 4 heads, then level
Probably
7
like
is probably
9.
No
yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
You have any more
Say it.
questions, Nick?
What was the initiation ceremony that you did like? Explain to me getting to Scoria's lair. What did she see? How many people did she pass? And what was the inside of the lair like?
It was in the Wormwood, but not in Scoria's lair in particular.
Okay. Ceremony in the
It was deep in the Wormwood, before the Dragon Peak and the Stony Ridge, like way back up in that crux. There was a nighttime ceremony in which Scoria flew overhead, took human form, and came over, looked into her eyes, made her swear an oath while Scoria's eyes like burned flames into her face. She could feel, even in human form, the dragon fear washing over her. She could see the monsters around, the giants that guard Scoria's lair, the ogres that are in the region, even a pair of trolls were there as well, along with, maybe 20 orcs or something. There was 2 other casters here at the time. None of them ended up in the Vanguard. They ended up elsewhere in Scoria's forces. And it was a ceremony that took place this last summer.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions that I've got for now. But I mean, they're going to be in the dungeon, right? We can probably get more information from them if we think.
Did we
of it.
glean anything else from the spells? Or was that it?
Let me take a look at my notes.
Oh, yeah. Do they know anything about the infiltrators?
Nope. You would have to talk to Siobhan on that stuff. The infiltrators are well
Highly
kept
up,
secret. Yeah. You don't talk about the OSS.
It's like training, or not training day. The Departed.
Exactly.
Good movie.
Well, the Training Day is also a fantastic film.
Also a good movie.
All right. Over the next few days, then, Neal, just whilst we get stuff identified, I'm going to cast Read Magic a few times on the spellbook and see what's in there.
Absolutely. How many pages are you going to be able to read?
Depends how many
We're gonna be
days
here
it
a
takes to
week.
get everything
Well,
identified.
I want to make sure that we're still on day 1 too, because I have stuff that I want to do before we.
You have to do the family. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do that. They were going to be getting bracers of archery for you.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
And
when you come
yeah.
back, they're waiting for you.
nice. Do you already have the magical bow?
Yes, already got that. Okay, braces of archery. I will hand you, Tyrael, the braces of shocking grasp. You might not need them, but if you ever get grappled or find yourself in a fist fight, they might come in useful. Can't wear both.
Sure.
We also need to figure out some items that we need to trade to the people, because I really like these boots, and I want to keep them forever.
I wouldn't
So
even
we're gonna.
worry about that right now. We're keeping those through.
It's like a month later. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're keeping them through to the end of the campaign for sure. We're not
would
going
hope
to be
so, yeah.
giving
Okay.
these back. Yeah.
Well, I kind of do want that spellbook back at some point, but perhaps
Do you
we can
need
find
it?
some other way. Well, when I get really high level, there might not be any other places to find spells of those levels.
Oh, maybe. Well, we can see what's in the spellbook of the one we just stole, right?
Yeah, probably not going to be anything above 3rd level, but it doesn't matter. We can work something out later on. I'm sure we'll find something.
I'm sure we'll work something.
for sure.
Okay.
Neal, do I just look up braces of archery in the DMG? Is that what they do? Or do you want
I
to
think
tell me?
so. Let me double check. It's been a while since I wrote out my stuff, and
What
I
else
think
you
it's
got,
probably
Tyrael?
the same shit.
Should be +2 to hit, +1 damage.
Bracers of archery. Using any bow, not including crossbows, as if you were proficient in their usage, if not already the case. If the wearer of the bracers has proficiency with any type of bow, +2 to hit, +1 to damage whenever that type of bow is used. Cumulative with other bonuses, including those already bestowed for magical bows or magical arrows, except for bonuses due to weapon specialization. Right, so you're not specialized with the bow, so it's essentially giving you like some weird
Specialization.
form of bow specialization. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Big loots. Mm-hmm.
Talking to these people. 1, 2, 3. Okay, boom. Okay, so
testing this.
2 other items I think we had on our list. Amulet of Health, Cloak of Displacement. Do they have any information about these two things?
You are wearing a cloak of displacer. No, you're wearing displacer armor.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I have 3 things listed as things that were in their grasp. It was the Amulet of Health, Cloak of Displacement, and the Braces of Archery. I think were the 3
I
things.
thought they had like a girdle of strength as well that they were talking about.
They mentioned that, but I didn't get anything particular about it. Oh, and then you got the magic bow, right, Nick?
Yep.
Or can we think of any other, like...
The giant belt strength or whatever, that would be like the best item we could get.
Yeah, the girdle of giant strength.
Why? What would that do for us?
It gives
Just
you
sets your
19
strength, like,
strength.
or more.
Yeah, but what
So
does a
you can,
19 strength do?
You have
Just
like
more to
plus 5
hit.
to hit and damage.
Oh, okay.
It's loads.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. They don't know shit about. I mean, the girdle of giant strength. It's out of their reach. They can't.
Got it.
Yeah, +1 int items would be useful, although I doubt they can find that.
Right. Cloak of Displacement is something that they will keep their ears peeled for, but they don't have any leads on whatsoever.
Okay.
And Amulet of Health you mentioned, and the guy just like kind of cracks you a grin. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna be super square with you. If we ever find an Amulet of Health anywhere, that's going to the bosses. They're
Okay.
gonna keep that shit for themselves."
I want to
to
talk with this guy in a back room, where it's a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, he'll walk you out of the bar rather than and like walk you through the city streets, just like meandering about between the two of you.
No, I don't want to be meandering. I want to be in a top-secret, dark-ass room for a one-on-one chat with this guy.
Take him to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
take
we
him
can
to
go
your
to our house and chat too. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, it's the two of you in some house. Your servants bring you some drinks or whatever. They fuck off. It's just the two of you alone, no one around.
Okay.
Nice house you got here, Mr. McGarry. Never really been inside before.
Well, thank you very much. Comes with being a relative of the queen, I guess, by some whatever. But anyway, we very much need 3 different types of things. Heard stories of a girdle of strength, heard stories about an amulet of health, and we know that there exist items that help wizards or sorcerers. Wait, what do they call them? What are you, Nick, technically? Wizard, yes. Wizards cast spells. Now, I'm not an idiot. I'm sure that you guys have different levels of goods available, different types of people. I'm sure that you've got stuff that you trade among the common stock, and then I'm sure you've got better stuff, hopefully, that you would trade to more loyal people, such as myself. And then I'm sure you guys have some elite level of items that probably get traded either internally or reserved for highly special and selective customers. I want access to that last stock of items, and I think I can trade you something that would be invaluable for what you guys are attempting to do. Now, I know forgery is popular in your business. However, I would like to produce my cloak and show him I have a letter from the queen that would allow you to smuggle any items you want in or out of any city. By blessing of the queen, it would allow you to move anything you want without any questions or any trouble from any guards. You could pack a wagon full magical weapons and you could ship them right out of the capital without a single person stopping to give you trouble. The flash of this letter. Now, we both know that if I were to trade you something like this, we would need something of extraordinary means back. Now, the 3 things that I requested before were we have an amulet of health, we have a girdle of strength, and then some sort of items that would help a wizard be more effective at casting a spell. Now, you may or may not have these items available in your upper stock of items. We're going to be around in the capital for about a week, but I know that this letter will be of incredible value to you, and I would hope that if any of these items are floating by any back rooms, or might be held onto quite closely by anybody in your organization, perhaps you'd consider loosening your grip on these items in exchange for this. Something to think about.
That's a big time saver right there. We've become quite accustomed to moving things and greasing palms. But that's always a longer process. You got to be careful, got to employ some people, got to spend some money. This letter you talk about, if it's real, is a real big time saver. We'd appreciate that. But there's another factor at hand here, my dear friend McGarry. It's not just that we buy and sell. We're not here to get rich. We got needs for these things of our own. Stuff like Girdle of Giant Strength, Amulet of Health. That sort of stuff is the things the bosses prefer to have for themselves rather than to dole on out or pass on down. You know, what's better for the big boss, to be able to get some work done a little bit faster, or for their bodyguard to be completely unstoppable?
Yeah,
you know?
Of course, I understand. But if faster work means more gear down the line for any bodyguard, maybe you being able to ship a couple of magical pieces of armor or weapons in or out of a particular city will make you safer than having a particular amulet or a pair of glasses or some belt on a bodyguard. Perhaps. Again, I understand your predicament. I wouldn't want you guys to feel like you are getting screwed in any trade, but perhaps knowing that we do have access to some things that might be incredibly valuable to you, more so than just the run-of-the-mill average magical sword or magical piece of armor. Maybe this is something that you'll consider when we do any future trades.
Do you guys, you fancy noble types, you do any investing? You know, like monetary investing into businesses and stuff.
We should.
How much am I allowed to know about investing in this world? I don't know that.
Yeah, as much as you want. Like, you're a noble person. Your family loans out money at times, or has taken a lot of loans.
Oh yeah,
or
sure.
like
Then of course, part and parcel of being a noble is knowing when to buy or sell parts of companies or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course.
You see, you guys and we tend to operate in a similar way. It's always good to make investments that will pay back, but you don't want to invest too much money into someone you don't know too well. It might end up paying off for you in cash, but you wouldn't want to enrich or empower someone who you're not, 100% on. Someone who might then bite the hand that feeds them. Some of these relationships take time to develop, and better, more lucrative investments that pay off faster, a little bit more risky. And it's not just whether they pay you back or not, but there's also the risk in raising someone to power. I firsthand have seen how you guys, not necessarily you, but just your cultural associates, you don't invest too much money into one blacksmith. You spread your investments out, so each one feels like they're getting a little bit ahead, but you never let anyone get too far ahead, because then they'd be coming after you, right? You don't want to bring up people from lower ranks, people that you don't know too closely. So we're happy to keep working with you. You guys have been a great source of things that we want, things that we need, and we've been happy to provide some sort of payback for you all. But what you're asking about right here is the creme de la creme, the piece de la resistance, the top of the cherry. And it's a little hard to trust somebody who we've just started doing business with that wants the very finest in ill-gotten gains. We're not really certain who you're gonna be in 5 years.
I totally understand that. As a man that's been a part of this type of organization for a great number of years, I'm sure you remember seeing me as a much younger man, my uncle, and I totally understand. You don't know who will be in 5 years, and that's absolutely true. But is there a bigger risk for you not to do business with us now, not knowing who we may be in 5 years, knowing that we might have the power to grease your wheels or do good for you in ways that are potentially unimaginable right now? Who knows where we'll be in 5 years, especially if we complete our mission. Again, I understand everything that you're saying. I can appreciate the honesty, and I appreciate your caution. Just know that obviously we're looking very kindly on any mutually beneficial relationships we can establish now, and those will absolutely be respected into the future.
And you've been a real trustworthy lot, putting up that chainmail early without getting your reward back yet. We appreciate your straightforwardness, your upfrontness. But I think, and this is just me, right? I don't make decisions. I'm the ambassador, as you might call it. We might need to improve our relationship a little bit more before the doors open wide enough to let you into our bed. So what's a middle step we can take here? How can we get to trust and know each other a little bit better so that we know we're not investing in the wrong people and that you know that we're not here to take advantage of you.
I scratched my chin for a second. Well, I have I feel like I have a proper understanding of the way that you guys function, and I think that you guys are very rational and reasonable with the way you approach things, so I feel no reason not to mistrust you. As long as the McGarry family is an asset to the family, I can't imagine you guys would view us in a negative light. So I suppose the question is what would it take for you to trust us in this level? Now, obviously, we have different types of allegiances. Being nobles of this kingdom, money alone is not what we seek, so I imagine that makes it a bit harder to understand our drives or motivations. So what would it take for you to understand that we would reciprocate any loyalty you would show us at the same level?
See, as I understand it, your uncle, good friend of the family, of course, knew him well. He was trustworthy. We knew where he was going. And no offense to your uncle, but it wasn't really going anywhere. Now, you and your brothers seem to be on a path of upward trajectory. You're going somewhere, and you're going there fast. You've managed to come across a great deal of magical items that your family has otherwise been poor over for a long, long time now. So why don't you tell me, Lord Tyrael McGarry, where's your family going? What's your plan? What's your end game?
Well, I mean, the end game of any noble in Wickthrun-Orentha, right? Everybody aspires to great status as a noble family, for a great position next to the crown, to be involved in the highest levels of politics that go on about these cities. But obviously the answer I give you here is going to be the same as any answer of any minor or major noble family in these lands. Perhaps moving in a different direction to this, perhaps as a show of good faith, do you have any members of your organization that were particularly valuable to you that have been lost to Wickthrun-Orentha's criminal justice system? Perhaps a great smuggler, perhaps somebody invaluable to your organization that has been captured and imprisoned. Maybe they live in the holds or in the dungeons here in Wickthrun-Orentha, anyone that's still alive.
Yeah. We got friends who've been locked up. False pretenses and all, thrown away, key lost over misunderstandings, confusion, problems. We got a lot of close family members like that. Most of these folks, they get themselves in this trouble. It doesn't really matter. Some of these folks we would be interested in seeing again. And just between us growing friends here, there's always some level of plan in place to try and get these guys out, but it's a lengthy process.
If there's anybody that you consider pretty valuable, pretty unreachable, maybe as a show of good faith, I could get this person returned to you, perhaps within a fortnight. Think it's possible that there might be such a person?
He sits back, takes a sip of his beverage, and ponders the question.
As he thinks, I'll say, now, both of us in this room now are smart men. So if you're talking about freeing somebody that is known across the kingdom as a serial murderer or somebody that's attempted regicide, of course, these aren't crimes that I could get somebody out, but perhaps somebody whose charges were more related to smuggling or some single one-off, instance or some sort of conspiracy, like these are people that would probably be more appropriate. Obviously, I don't think we can release somebody whose face is known as terror of the kingdom back into the public, but I'm sure you must have somebody, a business owner, somebody that I could feasibly grease the wheels on and get removed from a dungeon. This is something that is within my power for you that I don't think many other noble families would be able to accomplish.
See, during these times of war, a lot of prisoners get moved around. The confusing mess. A lot of money changing hands. Good for the economy and all. And these lower level smugglers are in prime territory to be pulled out. It is the harder to get ones. The ones that I don't know if you can actually pull off. That we need some help with.
Give me a couple names. I'll see what I can do.
There's this woman. Her name is Crown has arrested her because she's Mystrian by nature, doing some business here, faking herself a Drakissian accent. Crown catches her thinking she's a spy. She might have been doing some spying, you know, but she was also working for us for some other things. Rumor has it she's been locked up in the dungeons, interrogated. We're not, I mean, we'd of course love to get her out, but a bigger question is what has she said or done to anyone? Better option would just be make sure she can't say or do anything that might reveal our positions. We don't know if that information's already been spilled, if she's managed to retain it, if people know that she's cousin of ours, or if they just think she's doing her normal mystery and spying nonsense. I'm sure that's just a side gig to help pay the bills, you know. She's a bit of a concern for us. We'd love her out, but we also think that might draw a little attention, you know? She gets free, all of a sudden there's a search for her, might cause more trouble than it's worth. She were to mysteriously die in prison, we would be losing a dear family member and asset, but I'm sure she's already being tortured, and death is a preferable option to what she's going through right now, and at least then we'd have peace of mind that she's in a better place, where she can't be hurt anymore.
It's odd to me that somebody in professional organized crime doesn't have reach into prisons to have somebody killed, but if this is truly what you need, for us to make a show of good faith for our relationship, I think this is something that's easily achievable for us.
Well, some prisons are easy to get into, some of them ain't, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The ones underneath the castle in the capital, and I don't mean the first layer, I mean the ones that are about 60 feet underground. Those ones are,
yeah,
mighty hard to get to.
Understood. What's the, what was the name of this lady?
Grindel.
Tell him you want poison or something to do it.
I already have poison. What is the name of the prison, or where do you think she's being held?
Where we just were.
Is it in
I don't know exactly, no.
Okay, doesn't matter. You know what? That's fine. Do you have any fast-acting poisons that look like a disease? If I could get one of these from you, I guess.
He chews lip. It's not actually my specialty.
Okay, no, don't care. I've got 3 vials anyway, so that's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, I'll stand. I'll shake his hand, and I'll say I look forward to our next conversation. Hopefully, you guys have kept your eyes and ear to the ground. And maybe next time I talk, maybe there'll be a couple more things in your inventory for us to bargain with.
Yeah. Just a quick question for you though. How matter of trust? How are we gonna know if you do what you it seems like you might be doing? How are we gonna know if you're successful or not?
How are you going to know if I'm successful in killing the person that you want killed?
Yeah. You know, how... Not that I think you would lie. You've been honest up front now, but in our trade, it always pays to trust but verify. How can we verify that you haven't just said she's gone?
I mean, do you guys have the ability to scry on people?
Not there.
There are some within our order who can do that, but she is beyond their reach at this moment. Those deep, dark dungeons, they're well shielded against scrying and teleportation.
Okay, well, you know what this lady looks like, correct?
Those that care know.
Does she have any distinguishing marks or tattoos or anything?
I'm sure I would have to ask. I've never met the woman myself. Just know her by name and reputation.
Okay, give me a few days and she'll be dead, and you'll know she'll be dead. Trust that I can deliver on that.
He reaches out his hand to accept yours.
Sure, I'd shake his hand back.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Tyrion McGarry.
Pleasure talking to you as well.
And you guys can go your separate ways.
Cool, okay. All right, I think we should probably prioritize trying to find big int items, but obviously a girdle of strength or the amulet of health would be really cool too. But
The girdle of strength is probably even better than the int item. That's literally like so strong.
Yeah, it
You can
is.
get it.
But you have like no
It's
items.
crazy good. It's all right. I've got. I mean, I just found a staff and a wand and a cloak.
Yeah,
And this
he
weird
just got a
ruby
bunch
thing.
Okay. Next
some
stop
good
then.
stuff.
Okay, so the next stop.
Can we get XP and then you
Well,
do your...
We're gonna need to talk to Cartos or whatever. We can get XP. I don't know when we can get it. Do we have to be here for 7 days, or can we just get XP now, or how does that work?
You guys are going to stay here for the 7 days. We'll just give you your XP. Just don't travel anywhere or do anything, combat related.
We're also going to get the items identified if you want to do that first.
Yeah, items identified. During our next break, I'll calculate XP.
Okay. I'm gonna read this woman's whole spell book, Neal. So I can do. Say I learn 3 read magics a day for a week. I should be able to do 21 castings.
Do you want me to nap you as well?
Which is that'll be enough, and it's 6 minutes per casting, so that should be like 126 pages. Should be
Wonderful.
Enough for the whole book.
Great, love it.
Yeah.
You can get things identified, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Change some of my notes here so I can just hand you a document that doesn't have notes that you're not supposed to read on it.
Yeah, sure. Tyrell, are you gonna tell the squad or not?
Tell the squad.
About what you're doing to the lady?
Oh, like Cartos and them?
No, us.
Oh yeah, I'll share everything, of course.
Okay, I think that's Anton will be cool with it because Anton thinks that probably the ends justify the means. So one person who's already dead in a jail cell won't ever fucking matter.
Yeah, of course. Our goal here, yeah, our service right here is in service to the kingdom. And our goal and service to the kingdom is to kill Scoria. And we need to accomplish almost anything to hit that end. Killing somebody that's already in a prison, especially if we give them notice. Like, we can talk to Cartos and the queen and say, hey, listen, have you wrestled everything from this person that you need? Can we kill this person, present the head, gets us access to other areas, and then allows people to trust us while you guys don't lose it. This is like a win-win-win. This is like the easiest thing.
This is a win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're talking about bringing the Cartos in on it, then I guess I'll be okay with it.
I also, something I'll mention too, is that this would be quite a bit riskier, and obviously we would get in great trouble if we were to lose this, but we might be able to haggle with this letter as well. I'm sure, as you guys understand, this letter is going to be a great asset to any smuggler. I'm not.
Can't give that to the family.
Nod in my head. I understand it's a big give, but if we could trade this, theoretically, say they offered us an amulet of health and a girdle of strength in exchange for this letter, would you really turn it down?
We'd be destroying one enemy if we kill Scoria, but we'd letting another one into our midst. They could do anything with that kind of access.
With one letter, eventually.
The family have caused enough harm, no offense to you, Tyrael, or to our uncle, but they've caused enough harm in this kingdom over the years.
Eventually, the
free
family
access
will
to do
fuck
whatever
up.
they want.
Well, to be fair, the family might be powerful, and the family does do horrible things. And I don't need to remind you that plenty horrible things have been done in this kingdom, sometimes under the name of nobility or the family, to be clear. Secondly, destroying one enemy and empowering another group isn't bad if the group we're empowering are somebody that trusts us implicitly and now explicitly. So I think it would.
But you can't compare the actions of the nobility in the noble kingdom of Drakis to that of smugglers and thieves and murderers that are the family. Again, no offense to you or
Some of
to
the
our
people
uncle.
who are smugglers and thieves are more honorable than.
Yeah,
some of the
excuse
nobility
me. Does murder at the hand of a
not.
noble work better than murder at the hand of a thief or a smuggler?
You're talking treason here, brothers. Please, have some perspective. These are criminals and thugs. They are not blessed by the gods. They are not noblemen like ourselves.
They're criminals
They're
and
men trying to
thugs
get
in
by.
name only. Need I remind you that there are other noble families that barely view us as such? Listen, I think that our focus should be on killing Scoria. The kingdom will be fine if the family is able to smuggle a couple more sets of weapons in or out of the city a little bit quicker.
The family may fuck up too, and the letter will be taken at that point.
Sure.
I assume they're
Well,
going to only
well.
use this for the highest value
Listen,
stuff that they
listen,
have.
I
so
don't
it won't be-
approve of it, but Tyrael, you're the eldest here. You're in charge. If you think it's safe, then I wouldn't chop you in or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'll go
I
with
also
it.
offered to trade them the wish scroll. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I obviously, and of course, I'm not trading this for a simple weapon or two. If we do trade this, it will be for some very high value items. And if it's the difference between our victory or defeat in the eyes of Scoria or any of these dragons that we need to kill, I think it's a worthwhile trade.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, is there supposed to be music?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
There is music.
Shut up.
I can't hear.
Okay.
Refreshing.
All right, items.
Items. So you got the Cloak of Protection.
Plus what?
+2.
Oh, another one.
Damn.
I already
Who
got
has
one of them,
cloak
so I've already
Tyrael,
got a
you
cloak
need
of
a cloak?
protection. So if someone needs that, there's
Tyrell has a cloak of the cheetah. Would you rather have 2 AC, Tyrell, or would you rather have
Do you have a cloak that you're using?
I have the one that gives me +4 against all elemental attacks. I would probably swap out cloaks and take the +2 and keep that on during fights. And then I would swap to the other one for other things.
I think you should take the Cloak of Protection. +2 AC, +2 saves is better than +4 against elemental saves. And we can still get the food from your other cloak, right?
Yes, we can. I can put it on and we can get the food and stuff. So yeah, I'll take the Cloak of Protection as well.
Okay.
I think my armor's fucked up somehow again.
That's crazy, man. You're 27 AC now.
Well,
Oh wait, I would never ever swap my cloak because I get +3 dex from it as well. So I wouldn't even, because I was only thinking of holding this as a swap, but I would never even swap out. So yeah, never mind.
I'll fix my armor on break or something.
What about the wand and the staff, Neal?
It is a Wand of Fear. And the staff, there was a problem identifying it. There is something magical inside of it that was not able to be prepared and cleaned in order to cast the Identify spell, and it got in the process of it, and they had to re-identify everything on a second day because it interrupted the auras. But the staff is magical in and of itself, and there's some separate magical thing within the staff. And Clertus will like shake it, and you'll hear these things like rattling around inside what appears to be the top of the dome.
Wait, so they can't identify it because whatever's inside it is messing up. Like, they can't isolate it for the Identify spell. Is that what
Right,
you're
because
saying?
the Identify spell requires like 8 hours of preparing an area and cleaning the area and like sorting everything out so that nothing outside will affect the Identify spell process. It's a long spell to cast. And they could not prepare the things that are contained within the staff.
What about the staff itself, though?
No, because you can't prepare the things inside the staff. It fucks up the whole spell because you're casting Identify essentially also in an area where there's uncleaned things.
So what do they suggest?
He just hands you back the staff and be like, figure out how to open it.
How to open it?
Oh, there's stuff inside of it.
We'll ask the wizard. The wizard will know.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll take it down to the
anyways.
wizard.
Well, don't take it to the wizard.
No, I'm not going to give it to him. I'm going to take it with me.
Okay,
So I'll
what
give it
about
to
the
wizard.
before we do this, what about what about the dragon thing?
It appears to be a non-magical ruby attached by chains to rings.
Interesting.
So it's like it's probably like a sigil to get through guards or something like that.
It's probably like their ceremonial stuff, yeah.
All right, Tyrell, do you want that since you're more likely to be on a behind the enemy lines kind of mission?
Wait, like which thing? Say that again.
It's like
Ruby
the
dragon,
four
like,
ring
ring.
with the ruby in it.
I'm guessing that this means like they are Scoria's fucking chosen and they can go where the fuck they want. It's probably like a symbol of status.
So just like a ruby ring, a
It's
Scoria.
a ruby
No,
dragon.
it's like 4 rings that come down to like a ruby in your hand, in your palm, with a gold dragon engraved on it.
5 rings.
5 rings.
Oh, and we were just not sure what the. Oh wait, so it wasn't magical, right?
It's not magical, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can put that. How much does it weigh?
1 pound.
Less than a pound.
Keep it in the bag of holding.
Yep.
It might be a scrying device. Yeah. And that was all
Alright.
we got. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll take the stuff down to the wizard.
Wait, we should do the Clertus thing first because we might want to go to the dungeons and kill that chick while we're down there. I don't know if we might need to do it secretly. So
I don't really want to be part of that, to be honest.
Why?
why not?
Well, I just think it's better that you just do it on your own. And it's not that I'm disagreeing with it. I just think, these kind of things should be done in secret rather than as a big entourage of us going down. Oh, we're just going down to kill this person now in the dungeons.
Sure. I guess. Should we talk to Clertus while you're here then, or do you want to just fuck off?
No, yeah, let's talk to Classis. I don't know. What are we talking to Classis about?
Well, we'll tell him our plan and what we're gonna do with the Thieves people, and see if Cletus can get us pardon, I guess, for this, or like let us
all right.
do it.
Fine. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
here.
but, okay, yeah. So I just want to have a conversation with Clotis, basically saying like, do you think you have all the information you need from her, and then can we kill her and then bring proof of her death?
So you tell Clertus everything that you talked to about this guy, and you're like, let's just kill this chick?
Not everything, but the part about killing somebody in prison to win favor with the family, which might give us access to more information about Scoria or items that will allow us to kill Scoria.
I'll also impress upon him that they have leads to a girdle of giant strength, which could be something of immeasurable power in helping us defeat Scoria.
I don't have the authority to judge these things. I'll have to take it to the queen.
Okay.
Is it better for you to talk to her, or would you prefer us to talk to her? I can speak to her.
I would really prefer you talk to her about this. This is I'm way out of my depth here.
Okay.
Should we talk to the queen about this, or should we talk to a general about this?
No.
I don't know if the queen would want us hearing about us killing one of her prisoners. I think maybe talking to
the general will not, because in order for us, the only reason why somebody would let us do this is because we're on a mission to kill Scoria, and only the queen knows of this mission. A general would never allow us.
One general, remember the general who we gave the hat of disguise and the whatever thing that we gave him to?
Oh, if that particular general has the authority to, then maybe. But I think this is something that we should be able to loop the queen into. I think she should be okay with this, or we can convince her.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll bring the queen in. What's up, on?
All right. You can have the conversation with the queen. And I think the specifics of this are important, so let's play it out.
I'll get Tyrael to show her the new ruby dragon thing to kind of schmooze her into it. Show her the cool new items that we got from the knights that we brought in.
Yeah, the most important thing is we literally, this is way outside of our mission, okay? We've captured high-ranking people that answer like almost directly to Scoria. I'm part of our vanguard party, one of which was a wizard. I don't know anybody else in the kingdom that's doing shit like this. Okay? We did it with just the three of us. We're badasses.
The queen furrows her brow and seems concerned. You did what? This was not part of your mission. This is well outside of your purview. What are you doing this? Do you not realize the risk you've placed this mission in?
Okay. Do we need to go on break? Do you want to come back, or do you want to do this?
Let's go to break. Let's go to break.
Yeah, okay.
We don't want
Let's go to break. Oh, no. Okay, fuck this. We'll be back.
No, that's fine.
Welcome back to Tombs of Scoria, everybody. The party is talking with the queen.
Go ahead,
What
Tyrael.
the hell?
Problem, milady? Tip, tip. And I tip my hat 17 times. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay.
You had clear, explicit instructions about the importance of keeping your operations secret. That this was a long-term goal that we were trying to get to make sure that we would win the war when push comes to shove. And you, short-sighted fools, have let your own personal and petty vengeance put the entire operation at risk. I honestly can't believe that you would be so foolhardy and stupid to do what you have just done. I've heard the reports about the interrogations down in the dungeons. I've heard the same information you have, plus some, and I can't believe the three of you are such dumb fucks.
Are you going to speak up, Tyrael, or are you going to sit there?
She's the fucking queen, you fucking dipshit. I want a PvP fucking Anton. No. Okay, yeah, we're just waiting.
Do you have an idea that you have revealed yourselves?
So my understanding, queen, my queen, is that we have revealed ourselves to absolutely no one. Obviously, it's not in the purview of our mission to be engaging with and fighting troops, especially those flying under the banner of Scoria. However, unfortunately, from our journey from Kershwick up to the Draken Ridge, we were intercepted by a scouting group of Scorian soldiers. Now, we have the ability to escape them, which we did. However, our horses were taken by them. And rather than risk revelation of our mission to Scoria, we thought it best to go back to the camp, kill everybody that saw us, and make our way back. Now, it just so happened that in the course of that fight, we were able to capture some prisoners and bring them back to aid the war effort. To the best of my knowledge, nobody should have any information that we were directly involved in any of this. No parts of this mission should have been compromised. I believe our hand was forced such that we had no alternatives but to do what we did.
What did you do with the dead? Those that you saw you, that you slew, you just left them behind, lying on the ground.
That's true, so I suppose Scoria knows that men with swords killed her entourage?
My dear nephew Anton, are you familiar with the spell Speak with Dead? A staple among clerics all across the world, certainly among the clerics of our enemy. How difficult would it be for them to speak with the dead of this elite unit directly under Scoria's control and ask them who it was that slew them? Ask them to get in a description of the people who killed them. Your operations were supposed to stay away from this mess so you could stay hidden, but now you've revealed yourself to the enemy, made a big splash, killed one of these four, what do they call them? Strike groups within this vanguard, which seem to be important people. I do not doubt that these scouts are soon to be, if not already having done this, looking into the minds of the dead and getting information out of them about who did this. And it's not like the three of you are generic-looking people. Anton, Imric, Tyrael. Do you not consider the effects of magic in the world around you?
I nod my head to the queen and I say, of course. My brother Anton here implored us that we do something with the bodies to prevent any sort of spell from being casted. However, I made the decision that time was of the essence. We had no idea when more troops were coming back, so I thought it best for us to leave immediately. Yes, there are going to be troops in near Gold Hill that might have a description of who we are, but they have no idea what our mission was. They have no idea what we were doing there. They have no idea what we're capable of. All they know is that some people in that area that were royals from this area, or nobles from this area, might have killed the people that they were involved in fighting.
Now they have cause to look into you, to find out who did this and figure out what their motivations are.
Well, they can look into it and they can look...
series of horses?
Well,
horses?
Our horses are important to us, okay, firstly. Queen, my lady. Secondly, for motivations, the only reason we were up there is because we had business with a vampire in the Draken Ridge. If anything, that's a more compelling story than some grand conspiracy that we're chasing Scoria. And I'm sure that if they do any research or digging around, they're going to find the absence of those vampires is being talked about quite a bit. I think that it's just
I'm not concerned about the vampires. I'm concerned about Scoria finding out who slew one of her advanced units and coming for revenge.
It was also in the dead of night. Dimly lit by embers of a fire. It's probably improbable that they could recant one of our faces, specifically. It was in the dead of night.
Thank God. The entire operation and all of these magical items, it's just improbable that this is There was a reason that you were supposed to keep secrecy paramount.
Well, is the mission fucked then?
Well, I'm sorry, my queen. Were we supposed to let them make off with our horses and do research from there and figure out exactly who we were?
Scry on our hairs.
There is a difference between captured horses from a miscellaneous band who is defeated and escapes. If they look into those horses, who cares?
Mine, correct? And then see
who cares if they saw that? Who cares if they saw that group of people traveling across the plains?
You mean the group of people who ethereal this out of their sight because they attacked us by surprise?
There's no reason to dig into those people. It's a curiosity to be certain, but it's not a threat. But now you've gone and slain one of their advanced units. This is something that they must look into. This means that they will be coming for you, looking for you. It means you have appeared on their radar in a meaningful way. I'm sure this is not the end of everything, but you have tipped your hand slightly to the enemy in a way that may come back to haunt you down the road.
Well, I understand
I
this.
just want you to be understanding the danger you've placed yourself in.
I understand this, my queen. I made this decision to make sure that we were able to retrieve our horses to prevent them from reading any minds of these horses. Now, I understand what you're saying, but under great consultation from my brother here, Anton, what he told me, what we all came to a decision and agreed upon, was that allowing some soldiers to remember our faces is a far lesser risk than them trying to read the mind of a horse that has been listening in on conversations, that has been in different cities with us, that has gone through far more...
Does your horse speak the common tongue?
I'm sorry, is there no way to
pull... Do you have talking horses?
Is there... Well, my brother here can communicate with animals. I don't think it's that outrageous to assume that they'd be able to look into the mind of an animal and see places that he's been to or things that he's visited or conversations perhaps he's overheard. There's ways to do this. I know there is, Koibu, you fucking cuck piece of shit. I know you can. You can talk to animals, can't you? We've literally talked to squirrels and shit for scouting information. I know.
Your tongue lashing has been received. We understand that we messed up a little bit. We will be more careful in the future. However, this was a necessary risk, and I think that the stuff that we have gained is invaluable to our mission either way. We know of 4 or 5 different high-ranking members of Scoria's troops that could be invaluable to us. Defeating their magical items could help us out with defeating Scoria. I understand the risk, but I think the rewards will outweigh it. Time will tell.
We have already pawns in place to gather this sort of information. That cloak, that hat of disguise was one of those tools given to one of our spies in order to gather this very information that you so have generously acquired, but without the same risks involved. I fear that appointing a cleric of vengeance might have been short-sighted. You cannot see past your own bloodlust, nephew. You cannot see past your own need for vengeance. You cannot
My
see
queen,
the
my
greater
queen.
picture.
It's true that Anton hungers for blood, but the two of us tried to keep him in check, and he cannot be fully blamed for this. At least, now that this is over, we'll be leaving Drekis behind for a good few weeks, traveling to Eridon. And soon after that, our path will lead us to fighting dragons, potentially slaying them. I suspect that our actions killing these dragons would likely bring the Scoria's crosshairs down on us eventually anyway. So, whilst I agree with you that this perhaps was foolhardy and has made some risks, it's probably a risk that we would have to take eventually anyway.
Tyrael, you had something to ask the queen.
Well, let's wait for this conversation
Yes,
to
you
finish.
called me here for another reason altogether, I believe. Out with it.
There's a prisoner being held in one of these dungeons. I was requesting to make sure that you've extracted all the information necessary, and then I'm requesting that this prisoner be killed and that the head be released to us so that I can use it as a sign of good faith to gain further access to items that will help us on our mission.
You want the head of a prisoner to gain... How does this benefit your mission?
There is a criminal organization that believes that the existence of this prisoner in jail cells might or may not be detrimental to their cause. I'm sure you guys have wrestled any information to be acquired from her. If not, you can go on a final bout of interrogation, but bringing this head to these people would assure them that their secrets are safe, which I'm certain they're not. It would be a sign of good faith that would allow us deeper access into this organization.
Who is the prisoner?
Her name is Grindel.
The queen looks to one of her advisors who flips through a notebook, eventually comes up with the name and looks over the queen. This is the mystery and spy that we caught sneaking into the capital last week. The queen looks back at you. Mystery and spy. Sure to be executed eventually, but related to criminal organizations? The family, I take it?
Potentially. Obviously, we're not in the business of asking them for a great amount of detail concerning her operations. I might be able to, by a slip of the tongue, get that information from them later, but they merely requested that I get this person killed, essentially.
I understand that your path may take you through unscrupulous lots. But it is disconcerting that you might be working with agents of the enemy.
I think that the family is probably going to work with whoever they see as being the rightful rulers of these lands come time for the war to pass. It's probably in our best interest to kill Scoria. I can't imagine the family having any serious qualms with the crown remaining where it remains so long as our kingdom stands tall. And I think that our mission is to ensure that, so I don't see a conflict of interest here. Although, of course, I leave that to your judgment.
She looks to the person who flipped through the book and says, "Can we afford to behead this prisoner?" And the jailer, person who's dealing with this stuff right now, a wizened, elderly gentleman with a high hairline and long white hair, says, "I do believe this prisoner has not quite revealed all of the information we need, but if we can extract the rest of it, I only think the right thing to do with a spy is to behead them in public. It's what I would do with spies if it was left to me."
Was the capture of this spy a publicized ordeal? Are there many people that know of her capture?
No.
Okay, in that case, if I might suggest, a beheading in public seems to imply that you guys have already extracted all the meaningful information from her. She could be killed quietly in private, and I could return that head, and probably go to show that maybe she was killed before you were ready for it, which would probably show them a bit more loyalty than if I were to let you execute her publicly, if that makes sense.
Is there another cleric in the room as well? Is her head cleric here now?
No. She brought an advisor that carries books and notes. She brought her 2 bodyguards. Clertis is here. That's probably it.
I'll say to Imric, just so you know, Speak with Dead, every time I've used it, it's a useful shit spell, by the way. They don't say anything of use. And it takes a cleric of unordinary strength to be able to speak with a head or dead that is over 4 days old.
And ordinary strength, so maybe like one of the strongest dragons.
Like a 14th level a 14th level cleric, not a dragon who has wizard spells. A 14th level cleric I think if they want to speak over a week or something, it has to come down to
Anton. These words may soothe your conscience, but we should be cautious of what our queen has warned here.
Yeah.
We should be on the lookout to make sure.
They're warned,
We don't want to get caught by surprise here. It's certainly possible.
Understood.
Absolutely.
However, that's a shit spell.
It's fine. We understand. We made a mistake. We did our best to rectify it in our means, but of course we were trying to be more cautious going forward in the future.
We should make sure we gain approval for any missions like this in the future. We've got information on this Siobhan and these scouts. Perhaps it might be useful in the future to track some of these down, but we should make sure we discuss it with our
more
superiors
appropriately,
first.
we obviously the crown has all of this information. They can decide best. I don't know if our business is to be involved in hunting down vanguards from Scoria's shock troops, but to recenter our attention back on this prisoner in the holds, a private killing where the head is turned over to us would be most appreciated.
We can make that happen.
We'll
need a few more days to finish the interrogations then.
Tyrael,
I understand.
do you think if you bring the head, it might seem like we've worked with the authorities to gain this?
We are very capable. It will be fun. Maybe as a sign of goodwill, if there are any questions that you feel like you received an unsatisfactory answer to, you can pass those along to me, and I might be able to get those questions of the person that I turn this head into. Something that is of great interest to you.
Questions about organized crime? Well, I'm only curious in to what extent they work with the enemy. If they are friends with mystery and spies, which is not too unexpected, how far does that friendship extend?
Gotcha, I understand. Okay. Can I, out of character question. Can you dispel, if I have a piece of equipment that's enchanted with two different things, can you dispel just one of those or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just a super random question. We have a ton of +1 weapons, okay? This is all I care right now. We have a ton of +1 weapons. Could we theoretically distribute 10 of these +1 weapons to the family and enchant all of these +1 weapons with some sort of tracking thing? So all they're getting are magical swords. When they cast Detect Magic, they are magical, but then we see how these weapons move throughout the land and you have like a rough idea of like how they...
Yeah.
Okay, we should keep that in mind for anything we trade to them in the future. We should be enchanting everything with whatever kind of tracking spell that exists. Because they're not going to dispel that spell because it's going to be magical already.
Right, it would be some sort of beacon spell. But that if they're intelligent enough to cast like a detect magic, they might realize that it has a beacon on it.
Ooh.
Like that would be something detectable by someone who is competent.
If it was detectable though, it's not like they could do anything about it, right?
No, but they might know that. I mean, they might hazard a guess that this is what we've done.
Yeah, like if we give them 10 of them, they're gonna know something's up.
Well, we've already traded what, like 5 or 6
on there. If they had been there on a long time ahead of time, they would just know that it has a specific magical signature that could be tracked.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. We'll try to get information about this if you so wish to figure out the extent of their operations and mystery. Although, of course, I'm sure you know they're not going to divulge that information lightly. That's going to be something that they keep close to the chest. But yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All things considered, this has gone fairly well, and they will deliver to you a head in 3 days.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well.
Neal, at some point, can I scry on the camp that we just visited, see what's going on there?
Yeah.
There's actually 20 clerics there.
Yeah.
All wearing robes of Scoria, having long, detailed conversations with heads.
Yeah, a bunch of dead
Anytime I
bodies
talk
propped
to a
up in
fucking
their
head,
mouths.
I ask him a question, they give me a snarky
Anton,
answer,
why didn't we
so
throw the bodies in the river? You fucked us. You fucked us hard.
Because
Well, they would have found them in the river eventually.
Well, maybe the bodies would have been decomposed. There must be some degree to which speak with dead doesn't work, right?
I wonder if you just smash the fucking head if it doesn't work anymore.
Takes me like 3 tries, Neal, probably. Over the course of 3 days to get us to look at this camp.
Yeah, by the time you look at it, you can see just like ruins of the camp. Like the fire pits are still there, but the gear has been packed up and taken away, and the bodies have been taken away as well.
All right, I also want to go and talk to the wizard about the staff at some point, probably the day that we
Absolutely.
talk to the queen.
Yeah.
So I'll head down to the dungeons. I'll give a silver coin to a guard on the door and pass through down into the dungeons. Take my lightstone, blinding the prisoners that are down there, and come to the cell of the wizard.
Oh, that wizard. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. That's fine. You're going to have a guard with you because they want to be super careful about this stuff, so there'll be a witness to these events, but it'll just be a standard dungeon guard. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So when she when I get to the cage, I'll say, I want to ask you a few questions. Perhaps we can have a civilized conversation, and I'll reach into my bag and pull out some like bread and like, like pour a small goblet of wine and hand it to her.
Sure. By now, the wizard has been ungagged. She's been knocked unconscious, so she's definitely lost all of her spells, but her hands are still tied together. So you will have to like hand her food, and she'll bite it off.
Yeah. Once she's eating the food and a little bit distracted, once she relaxes a little bit, I will cast a Charms Person spell on her.
Ask about the amulet too.
The dragon thing, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cast Charm Person on her.
Okay. So, hope that you're not too uncomfortable down here. I know for a noble of your stature, these accommodations are perhaps a little unsuited. If we can work together here, maybe I can pull some strings and have you held somewhere a little bit more comfortable. If you can help me.
Depends on what you need help with. I have loyalties and duties, and not everything can be addressed, she says familiarly, as if,
Understand. I open my hand and flash the ruby with the dragon. What does this do? It's not magical. Is it some sort of symbol? Does it allow you access to certain places?
There is a story of our people. A long, ancient tale of two people perfect for one another, whose families happen to be at odds with one another. And while, my dear friend, I would gladly take you into my arms and run away with you into the night, I could not betray my side, not even for you.
Are you sure?
I could not betray my confidants, the people who depend on me.
You know that Mystria's time in this war is over, and those who understand
Don't you know
the new order of
Drakus's
things.
time is over? Scoria will burn you to the ground. There is no escape. There is no chance that you could ever overcome her might. It's a matter of time.
The weak wills of the Mystrian people are not shared by the people of Drakus. We will not batal to this beast. We'll see it dead before this is all over.
And yet you rely on the strength of men alone. Where are your ogres, your goblins, your hordes of orcs? Where are your dragons? You stand behind these words of virtue and, whatnot when your people instigated this war. And you have money, you have land, but you lack resolve.
You have so little faith in your own race. There is no one stronger out there than the race of men. But alas, fine, keep your secrets to yourself regarding this pointless gem. What about
when the war is over, I will free you from whatever prison you find, and we will talk as equals again.
Friend, perhaps you could shed some light on the staff of yours. Our mages were unable to identify it due to the conflicting magical auras of whatever lies inside the orb here at the surface. Do you let me know exactly what it does? Surely this is not mission critical to the survival of Mystria.
She turns a cheek towards you.
What do you mean? Like she wants a kiss on the cheek?
Yeah. She's trying to flirt with you.
Okay, sure. I'll play along, yeah.
Hand it to me. I'll show you how it works.
You're crazy, aren't you? I can't do that.
Why not? You want me to tell you how it works? Let me show you.
It could allow you to teleport, escape, do any number of things. Just tell me what it does, and I'll see that you find better accommodation in the keep.
The trust goes both ways, darling.
I can't give you the staff, you understand?
I'll give it back.
I shake my head.
Is he in here alone, or are we all in here?
It's just him and a guard.
Okay.
Yeah. The guard looking nervous at this point.
No, he's calm. He's collected. He's got a big cudgel in one hand. Things get out of hand, he can just whack someone.
This is a Koibu NPC. This guy's probably a crack-trained...
Yeah, he's got mugs at the ready just in case anyone invisible.
Yeah.
If he's in the depths of the dungeon, he's a trusted person. Come on, sweetie.
If you won't tell me, then fine, but I can't give it to you. You know that.
It's hard to be friends with you when you ask for everything and give me nothing.
You won't tell me what the ruby does because it's a danger to your people. I cannot give you the staff for the same reason. I'll have my head off from my shoulder.
The staff, it's not dangerous. Come on, it's a simple magic staff that hides items within it. It's very simple. There's no great power involved.
So how do I open it?
Let me show you.
I'll work it out for myself, thank you.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do it. Those arms of yours are kind of thin.
Didn't stop you trying to flirt with me 2 minutes ago.
Well, biggest sex organ's the brain, don't you know? Who cares about the size of your arm?
Sure. Listen, that charm spell will be wearing off any day now, so I'm sure you'll be back to your senses soon enough. I'll turn them back out.
She blinks a few times as you mention a charm spell, and you can see her mind racing by like, oh my god, I think I'm charmed. I didn't realize, oh my god. And then the pain of trying to be like, but these feelings are real. Yeah. But it's clearly a magical effect. And she clams up.
All right, so I'm going to spend the rest of the week reading her spell book, and I will also be trying to open this stuff.
Excellent.
So I don't know if you've got a link to her spellbook, Neal. Is that a thing?
I do. I have...
Will 21 castings at 6 pages a cast get me the whole thing?
I think so, because that's over 100 pages.
Yeah.
Let me just change my notes around so that I can see them, but you can't. And then I will give you all the loot.
Can I get into the stuff, or is this some rolls and stuff?
I want you to tell me what your attempts are like.
Well, okay.
She said it required some strength, right, Nick?
She did sort of imply that, but what are we?
I think you're gonna pull it apart.
What are we looking at here? I mean, it could be like a puzzle where you've got to spin different parts of it in different ways, or it could be like brute force where you've got to pull it apart. Should have time to try all of these.
Here you go.
Okay, cool. Well,
that is her spell book, all of her spells.
Damn.
Plus the loot you found.
Okay, cool. Is this a handout I've got now? Yeah, all right, great.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I mess with the stuff trying to open it. I'll try pulling it apart, as Anton has suggested. I'll see if there's like different moving parts to it that I can play with. Is it some sort of like Rubik's Cube-esque puzzle?
Make me some checks. Give me a strength check and an int check.
Luckily for me, my stats are all the same.
Go well.
Int check, 30. Strength check, 26.
You don't find any puzzles. You can't pull anything apart.
Get fucked.
So come on, I mean, you got to give me something to work with here.
Can't we use wisdom? Don't you have the fucking wisest shit in the world now in your head?
I am super wise, and if Emmerich explains the entire conversation, maybe Anton, with his wisdom, can pick up.
Yeah, well, you'll probably find me in my room one day, like messing with this thing. I've got like books open all over my desk. Yeah. And I'm like standing in the middle of the room, like fucking with this thing. Like, why were you fucking open? Oh, Anton, have you got any idea? Apparently, whatever's inside this is the real prize. This is just some sort of magic device to hold it.
I'll go over and listen to the story. Is it possible that I can pick up on anything that she said? Maybe something keyed in on talking about, I don't know if you have the strength for it with your noodle arms. With my 18 wisdom.
Yeah. It's not your 18 wisdom that needs the help here. It's your 13 strength. That top ball can screw off. But like, many things, when you screw it to as tight as you can. And so they screwed it tight with 12 strength, and you need 12 strength at least to untighten it. And the wizard who identified this and Nick both have less than 12 strength. So they just, you have the ball, you try and unscrew it, it doesn't unscrew. Anton gives it a shot, and
I'll just open it and just give him a glare, what?
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
And I'll pull out whatever's what's inside.
There are 8 gemstones inside.
They're all magical, right?
You know that whatever was inside of the staff was magical because it was preventing the.
I'll cast the detect magic now and look at these gems.
Excellent.
Presume that it's okay that I've got one left.
Is
Yeah,
the staff magical?
The staff is magical as well, yeah.
Interesting.
Have we got enough time to get this identified before the week is over?
Oh, also, wait a second. I'm so sorry. Did we get another Cloak of Protection +2?
Yes.
Oh,
We've got 2 now, but Anton's taking it.
We have 2, and I took that.
and you took
Unless you
that.
can use it.
Oh, wait, and you're
Yeah.
using... So both of you are using one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
already
never
had one.
using it because you get 3 decks.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Wait, you got one from who, Nick? From Cassandra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we got from Cassandra and one from the camp. Okay, cool, just making sure.
Yeah, I have 27 AC now.
Nice.
Mouton, you will find that your Cloak of Plenty does not recharge unless you're basically wearing it all day. So if you eat from it, and then take it off and wear your +2 cloak around, then the Cloak of Plenty won't recharge.
So you're telling me if we go into a battle and I take off my cloak for 10 minutes and then put it back on, it will not recharge for that day?
Yes, I'm telling you that the cloak is designed to be worn all the time and needs to like attune with its user. And if you like start switching it out with other shit, you're gonna lose your
What if it's
refresh.
filled with food?
Then-
And
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, so I leave it filled with food for the day. We get into a battle. I take it off. I put on my other cloak. We
Yeah.
fight. I take it off. I put my Cloak of Plenty on. I pull food out and eat. Then it's fine. I get more food the next
Yeah,
day.
the food is still there. It's
Got
just it takes like a day.
It'll
of
be a whole
wearing
24
to
hours of
recharge.
recharging. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It takes a day. So if you're like, we can travel with this cloak on so we can get food all the way, but in the next couple days we're doing battle, so now we'll eat rations or whatever we find, and I'll wear this
Yeah.
+2 cloak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Okay,
wanted to note that small difference.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, I cast Detect Magic on the gems and on the staff. Neal, can I get the schools and the power?
Yes. The staff is alteration.
Okay. What strength?
Faint.
Minor, faint. And the gems? Are they all the same color?
Yes. Just I need to look them up because I've forgotten their exact things, but they're abjuration stones.
What does that mean, Nick?
No idea.
We'll get
It's
them
like
identified.
defense, I think.
Stones of defense, man.
Like defensive spells.
Can you make a wish for someone to never do something, Nick? Is that too grandiose?
I mean, maybe, because it would be like a quest spell. Or a Gaius. And a wish can reflect. I was reading it today. It says a wish can easily act as any spell, 9th level or below. So if there's a spell in the game that does a certain thing, you can get the wish to do it. Quite easily.
Here we go.
Abjuration,
Okay.
specialized protection spells.
These are what are the levels of detect magic? It's
I don't know.
faint, dim faint, something.
Dim, faint. I don't know. Strong.
Yeah, it's like moderate or whatever's just low
Moderate.
moderate. You know, low moderate.
Yeah. Have we got time to get these 2 things identified? I'll take them
Yeah.
directly to Cartos when I come
Yeah.
down. You know,
It'll be a couple more days, but you have that time. These are 8 luck stones. The bearer of these, even if it's just sitting in your pocket, gets. I don't know why I keep fucking closing these books. I need to read this text to you. You can only have 1 active on you at a time, so you can have all 8 with you, or you can just have 1 with you. Doesn't matter. Stone of good luck.
I could
Its
do with
possessor
these.
gains a +1 or +5% where applicable on all dice rolls involving factors such as saving, slipping, dodging, etc. Whenever dice are rolled to find whether the character suffers from some adverse effect happening. This
Is it ban the stone, or is it just having?
no. It's just a permanent +1 on saved to prevent adverse effects from happening.
Holy shit.
Alright.
This luck does not affect attack rolls, damage rolls, or spell failure.
Okay, so I give one to each of the brothers, and then maybe we give the remaining 5 to Cartos.
Well, hold on. Fuck Clartus. They already
well,
got
wait,
our...
is there another thing here.
Can we get? Okay, go ahead.
Oh wait,
If you powder a luck stone, when you cast the identify spell, you can gain exact facets of what you're identifying. You can gain exact number of charges left on items, exact bonuses applied to things. It magnifies the ability of the identify spell to give you just anything you need out of it.
Okay, so I'll give 1 to Anton and 1 to Tyrell, and I'll keep 6 in a small bag.
What if I snort it?
You should probably separate them out,
snorting a
right?
luckstone.
Wait, so you should give like 1 to me, 1 to Anton,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
hold
take
1 on
one.
yourself, and then put 5 in a bag or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't, I think
what-
as long as they're on your person, so I'll just keep 6 in a bag.
How am I gonna add this luckstone?
Put it in your pack, Luckstone.
No. I mean, like in the character sheet, like mechanically.
I think we
Yeah,
just have to
you're
know
just
that
gonna have to
anytime,
remember.
yeah, we're making
Yeah,
like a
remember.
save against like poison or petrification or saves.
Yeah,
against something.
anytime a dice roll is involved that you are rolling to prevent something bad from happening to you, you can add a +1 to it.
Would failing to learn a spell count as something bad
Nope.
happening?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, plus 5%? Does that help my thief skills? Does it make me luckier for my thief things?
Nope. Nope, because that's not something bad happening to you. That's you trying to do something good.
God damn it.
Well, not happening is bad.
Nope. But that would not stand up in a court of law. You could be Trump's lawyer, though.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
What about
XP
the
Neal. XP.
Wait,
Neal.
no. What about the staff?
Oh yeah, the stuff. What's that do?
It's a +1 staff that has a secret compartment hidden on it that needs a code word to activate.
All right.
Okay, we're trading that shit.
Yeah, I don't need.
Just make sure that you're notating this on your sheet, because I'm not. The only thing I
Well,
have.
I can't afford to carry that. So can we
I will
that
put
on
it in the home tab.
Yeah,
I'll
the
put it in
home
the home
tab. Yeah.
tab.
Have you guys got your luck stones on your character sheets though?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, Neal, XP. Stop
Okay.
keeping me in the dark here. Am I gonna level up?
The luck stones do not stack, correct?
No.
No. Only 1 luck stone will be useful at a time.
Thank you.
Otherwise, that would be based. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I thought she was carrying 8.
No, she just has 8 on her. Experience.
Wait, so real quick, what did the Wand of Fear do again?
I think it just casts
Fear?
the
Cast
the
Fear,
cast
okay.
spell.
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear's really
It's like a big cone.
Yeah,
Save
gotcha.
will run away.
We don't know what the secret word is for the Staff of Secrets, do we?
There's no secret word. Strength.
Wait, what?
No, there's a secret. There's a
There's a
separate
code word.
There's this thing that unscrews, and then there's a separate secret chamber within it that needs a code word to activate.
But we don't know the
really?
code word?
We don't have that yet.
Nope.
Wait, could there be something in that compartment right now?
Of
Yeah,
course.
can
there
we
is.
tell if there's something in it? Well, we could use one of the We could crumble one of the gemstones to cast
Well,
identify to find
Just
out what the
rattle
code
it
word is.
around. Can we hear anything?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I mean, I
press
think
one
we should.
gemstone.
I think we should use one of the gemstones to identify it.
I agree.
That just sucks that we're just wasting a gemstone right now.
It could be something. Well, there's obviously going to be something good in it. But
No, I mean, I think
Um,
there's a chance there's not.
did I oversell that? Let me see. Hold on.
What?
The material components. If a luck stone is powdered and added to the infusion, the divination becomes much more potent. Exact bonuses or charges can be determined, and the functions of multifunctional items can be learned from a single reading. It's not going to give you keywords to
words.
operate things.
Wait, that
sorry.
sounds like pretty important. Or that sounds like it would give you the code word, right? Well, because I'm thinking on the flip side of this means that if you make a magical anything with a code word, that item is basically never, ever, ever going to be opened, ever, no matter what. It's like invincible.
There are possibilities where you can have a code word and you remember it, and then you lose the item, and no one's ever able to use that item again for the code word that it needs to apply.
The way we could find it out is, Anton, if you were to use uplift past time pool, you could do something like show me the moment this stuff was created, and then you'll hear them speak the code word.
The other
If
thing is
some-
that sometimes people write these code words down in secret places so that you can, you don't forget them, or it can be passed down and used. It depends on the creator. Did they want it to be usable by other people, or did they want it to be hidden from all people?
Wait, did she really want you to give her that Staff of Secrets to let her hold it?
She was going to show me how to open it, maybe.
Okay, wait, can we do this? Okay. We don't have to
I have
roleplay this
mind
whole thing.
read. I have mind read.
Well, yeah, but this wizard already specifically resisted like other people, right? Like official state clerics and everything.
Correct, but I mean, there's no reason not to try. But
Can he
unless
try?
go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, can he try mind read, and does that give him the word? If we go and cast mind read on her.
Mind read. More sensitive version, detecting surface thoughts, probe deeper, always reveal details. Usefulness of the creature's thoughts will depend on the intelligence of the subject.
Reading the mind of a highly intelligent wizard, however, would be much more illuminating. The priest might be amazed by the crystal clarity and deep insight of the wizard's mental processes.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think mind reading allows you to...
Maybe memory read is what I'm thinking of, sorry.
Memory read might be what you're looking for. Yeah.
The time
Mind
required to
read, I
view
think,
memory is 1/15. Must have an intelligence of 5 or more. Subject reads +5 bonus saving throws. The memory the priest wishes to view is more than 6 months old. The memory is pretty close.
If that doesn't work, then she can't cast a spell without like material component. Like she can't just cast a spell down there. We assume she can't cast these spells. Could we go down and tell her that we know that this wand has a secret compartment, and we'll give her the wand. But once we give her the wand, we want her to open the secret compartment to show us what's inside. So we would give her the wand and then have her utter the code word to open it. But could we have made like a fake replica wand using like the best fucking smith in town or whatever to make something that convincingly looks similar, hand her that wand, and then see if she speaks the code word to the fake wand?
It's a staff.
Or fake staff, yeah. And then once she speaks it and nothing happens, we can take that code word and then we can go to the actual staff and then speak it to the actual staff.
That's a good idea.
I mean, it's a lot of effort to get something like that made, though.
We're rich as fuck. The only thing...
No, it'll take time, though, I mean.
Sure, well, yeah, well, but I mean, it's not like we have to actively do it. But all I'm thinking is, like, if there is something really cool inside of this, like, it could actually be completely empty. There's a total, like, waste of, but I mean, we're not spending any time on this. But, like, if there was something in there that she thought could actually help her escape, or something that was that important, then, like, that would be really cool to figure out what's inside.
What does this staff look like, Koibu? Can I ask a nearby...
It is a brass cylinder, tapered at the bottom end with a bronze... Actually, it's a bronze cylinder with a brass little, mostly a bulb at the top, like 7/8 of a sphere.
Can we find one that looks similar? Like if we go around asking, like, hey, do you...
No, this would be a weird thing. You'd have to have a custom made.
Yeah, we would just get a custom made, yeah.
Okay, in the meantime, we'll do the mind read and time pool while we have it custom made.
Yeah, you're going to have to make friends with
such a thing is going to be super expensive because it's good enough to be enchanted, so it needs to be of impeccable quality. And might have some trouble running into a craftsman who is able to make that for you on short notice in the capital during a time of war, right? Like, you know, blacksmiths are churning away weapons and armor right now and not doing so much of the, like, I want a cool staff. So you might have to pay, like, actually a lot of money for this to happen.
So there's a secret compartment. What happens if we would just break the staff and open it? Does that compartment, like, disappear, or...?
The compartment is magical, so yes.
Is the compartment itself magical? We don't know that, do we?
It requires a code word.
Oh, yeah, it requires a code word. Well, I wonder if casting Dispel Magic on it may...
that's what I was thinking of.
No, because it's temporary. So if you temporarily dispel it, would that mean that it would open without being, you know?
Wait, Dispel Magic is temporary?
On a magical item, it's temporary, yeah.
How about we try all these other things before we go dispelling the magical staff?
If we wanted somebody to craft a staff that was comparable to this, it doesn't have to be 100,000,000% like the same, but like she's in a dimly lit dungeon, it just needs to pass like a quick look, I guess, basically.
What happens if anybody's staff we can just borrow that looks similar? I'm sure there's a brass staff around that we can pay someone to do.
The same. She's gonna recognize it. It's her stuff.
Yeah.
Neal, what
if she thinks it's her like way out, she's just gonna try and do it immediately. As soon as she gets the staff, she's gonna boom.
Yeah, exactly.
What if I try and cast a knock on it, Neal? Does that work?
No shot.
Oh.
That's a great question, Nick.
It would have to be mechanical in nature.
Well, no, knock works on magical doors as well.
True.
Oh. I thought knock worked because
it works
like,
on wizard locked doors. It opens secret doors as well as lock or trick opening boxes or chests. If used to open a wizard locked door, the spell does not remove the former spell, but simply suspends its functioning for one turn.
You can try casting a knock spell on it, but it will fail.
I'll go down there and attempt memory read.
Excellent.
I'm going to cast Recitation, so she gets -2 on her saving throw. I'm sure I can get her a bunch of minuses as well. We're probably going to need to do it.
Memory read. Tome of Magic page. 68.
I'm gonna call upon faith myself. It's gonna give me a 15% bonus to one die roll. I don't know if I'm gonna have a die roll, but fuck it, we'll have that. Oh, can't I just dictate her to tell me what the code word is? I'll try that as well after memory read.
Casting all the spells, Neal.
Yeah.
Subject receives a saving throw when the priest casts a spell. In addition, the memory the priest wants to use, if secret or something that the subject is trying to suppress, the subject receives a +5 to the saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
If the memory the priest wishes to view is more than 6, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Spell creates a mental drain on the priest, causing him to lose 1 to 3 points of con. These can be regained after 8 hours of rest. So that's not a problem for you. Okay. So I'll give her a saving throw.
Yeah, I'll do that first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll do dictate, and I'll have the staff, and I'll say, tell me the code word to this staff.
So she passes her saving throw for memory read. You want to dictate her?
Yep, I'll cast dictate.
Dictate.
It's like command, but with a longer,
Yeah.
more than one word.
True version of command. Affected creatures, not limited to a single word. Can issue no more than a dozen words.
It's not
All
poorly
specified
worded or
targets.
confusing, I would assume.
Yeah. Stay here until I return. Throw out your weapons. Seize the elf. The subject will continue to obey the immediate orders for up to 1 round per level. Subjects who cannot understand the caster are not affected. So creatures who do not understand. So I think, tell me the code word to this staff.
I would swap it to tell me what I need to know, and then I would ask questions, correct? Because the duration, I have 7 rounds to do that. Does that make sense?
No, you give like 1 order and then it will persist for 7.
Okay,
rounds.
so...
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but if you say, tell me what I need to know.
I have 7 rounds of her telling me what I need to know.
Also, I'm sure you're accounting for it, Neal, but she's lost her cloak of protection, so her saves will have worsened by 2. Just
Absolutely.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And -2 for recitation, I believe.
Wait, that's over now, surely. Are you gonna cast it?
No, I told you I casted it, yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
1 round per level, so...
Got another -2.
Well, I would say tell me what I want to know, and then I'll ask the question.
Oh, there's gotta be nothing in this fucking thing, you know.
Probably not, but...
She really wanted the staff, though, right? For what reason?
Because she's my friend and she wanted to show me how to open it.
She passes her saving throw, so it doesn't matter what
Damn, what
dictate
the-
does.
What?
Can't
the-
I just keep coming down and doing this, Neal, for like a day or 2? Is this
Yeah,
not
you
fine?
can come back every so often and do it. There's going to be some, there's of course people will see Anton going in and out of the castle all the time. Those in the castle will see you going down to the dungeons.
Well, I have
but if
4
you're not
third-level
concerned about
spell
any of this
slots.
stuff,
I have 4 third-level spell slots. So I would take 3 dictates and then 1 of the other one that I just casted. So
Yeah.
I'll wait 30 minutes in between, and I'll try 2 more times. If it doesn't work then
there we
we'll...
go. Hold on.
Okay.
5th saving throw is a fail. It's a
Wow.
natural one. The others were actually pretty
They're
good.
pretty good.
Yep. She will give you the command word to open the staff, and I'll let Nick pick whatever he wants to be to open it for the command word, because I don't
Oh.
care.
Cummies.
What?
It's definitely not that. It's
God
not
save the
actually-
queen.
I'm trying to think of a good meme.
Oh, you can call it Elizabeth.
No, it's God save the queen. You got to save it now every time you want to open the staff.
Okay.
Nice.
God save the queen.
What's in it?
Hey, we did it.
It's empty. There's nothing inside of it.
There's like
God
police
damn it.
outside.
Okay.
Stand
But
down.
there's like it's about a 1 foot tall by about 2-inch wide section of the staff that just sort of opens up, revealing that the entire shaft of the staff is hollow on the inside. So you could put something in it and then use the command word again and it'll close, and then it doesn't jingle or rattle. It just kind of sits in there. It's not extra dimensional space, but it's quieted on the inside.
All right, cool.
All right, it's experience
XP
time.
now.
Carry things or
XP.
smuggle things or whatever you need.
Give us the XP now.
Oh,
Put me
yeah,
on
XP.
the
Well, I
misery.
keep trying to calculate it, but you keep asking me questions, and I got
That's it.
nowhere.
No more
on my-
questions.
No
You're
more
meant to do it
questions.
during the break. Don't want to.
I got
Oh,
food
God.
instead. I'm an
Well,
idiot. I'm
yeah.
so sorry. Okay, so
leveling up, boys.
each
There we go.
of our knights gives this plus Maybe this times there are a bunch of squires. Plus, well, I don't know. This. Plus this. This can't be right. It might take a while to calculate. You guys want to chat amongst yourselves?
No.
No, we're actually
No,
good. Sitting
no.
here in silence.
We've said everything we need
Yeah.
to say.
We're good.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so divided this by 3 people. So this is just getting across the plains, fighting these people, and bringing them home, and all of that jazz. Each of you can take home 1,200. And then there is also multi-classed XP, right? So
Wait, what?
everyone that is a fighter gets... right, you're all multi-classed fighters, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were 42 hit dice worth of monsters, and you're all level 6 fighters?
Mm-hmm.
So each of your fighter classes gets another 2,520.
Wait, 2,520?
Just
Yeah.
for the fighter.
Just for the hit die. Is it really only 1,200 XP, Neal?
It is, yeah. It is, because they're just, knights and
But they
folks,
when they
and
like
you fought
level...
them without any of their armor on, so they had much lower AC. Yeah, and you killed the wizard pretty quickly. Ambushed them by the sleep. So I gave you a wizard XP, and then I gave you some quest XP on top of that. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I mean, that's even rounding up. It's 1193.3 repeating, but
You're not gonna level up.
1200 is easy.
I'm not going to level up wizard, no.
Jeez.
There's
Cringe,
Priest
bro.
and wizard XP coming along here. Mr. Priest, how many spells did you cast? I feel like 5 spells you cast in battle.
Well, I casted before that too. So I have 5 naps, 2 telepathies, 1 entangle, 1 recitation, 2 hold persons, and 1 IV. I don't remember what the fuck that is, but
5 naps?
yeah,
We're
we had to do
napping
a
a
lot.
lot.
We had to
It
do
was,
a lot
every,
of.
it was every day we were walking.
Oh, every day you were walking, you needed to nap so you could get all the invisibilities.
Correct. So
Okay.
1,200 XP.
All right, take it. Wizard, how many spells did you cast?
All right, Neal, you're not going to like this, but it's
No, I'm not.
it's 65 spell levels. So last session was 12 invisibilities and 2 detect magics. That's 26. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then this session, mirror image, lightning bolt, that's 5, slow 8, color spray, that's 9. Cast charm person on each of the people, that's another 6. So that gets me to 15.
I don't
I
know about
cast-
the charm persons on the people out of combat when you walk home and it never came into play.
Okay.
That's a lot of charm
That's-
persons that never really came into effect.
Right.
I'll definitely give you the one on the woman in the prison, and maybe 1 for the other guards, but the other
Okay,
people
okay.
you captured.
So we're
It never
minusing
came into
4 off
effect
so
because
far.
we had them.
You might now the fact you've taken issue with the 6 charm spells makes me think you might take issue with the
Uh-oh.
next one, which is 21 read magics. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't really feel like that. You're getting the spells from the spell book. I don't feel like the read magics are legit.
I think like half of them would be legit. I just feel
Yeah.
like I get that it's not like, okay, maybe you don't get all 21 castings, but there is something to be gained from casting read magic to read another wizard spellbook, surely, in terms of experience learned.
But that's like the entire point of the spell. It's not a free XP spell.
Well, I mean, the entire point of mirror image is to defend yourself in combat, but you still get XP for it.
That is true. It's a good argument.
Yeah.
Spell is cast to overcome foes or problems.
Problem.
read a spellbook.
Can't read this book.
Fuck it,
Solution.
take 'em. It's
Cast
fine.
read magic. Perfect.
Yep.
Then another detect magic, a knock. That's it. That's 39. So
That's
I'll
good.
minus 4 off that. 35. So a total of 51 spell levels. Still not going to be enough, but what's that? 2,550?
Did you get
Yep.
your 10%?
I don't get 10% because I've got a shitty int.
I didn't add my 10%. I don't know what it was. It's like 1,200
And-
times.
Mr. Rogue.
Hi.
I see there is 1651 times 2. You're gonna get 3,300 experience for loot.
Oh wait, for that loot, what are we calculating here?
3,300 experience.
No, I mean what? How much gold worth?
1,650.
Okay, now, did that include the horses that were stolen?
That does include the horses.
Does it include the Scoria device that we've said explicitly is non-magical? Sounds valuable.
It did not include the gemstone. That's probably worth another 1,000 XP. So make it 4,300.
Okay, and then final thing, a wizard spellbook. I don't know if it's
Invaluable.
explicitly magical, but it sounds expensive. No.
It is literally
Yeah.
worth like 20,000 gold pieces.
It's not the same. It's not the same as rogue gold loot. It's very abstract value.
Abstract?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, all right. Okay, and then for skills, I cast Move Silently twice. One in the camp, one investigating that tent outside the camp, and then I used Detect Noise while I was in camp as well.
Yep. Go ahead and take them all.
Is that 200 each?
Yep.
Clever ideas, role-playing XP.
Clever ideas. I felt like I noticed a few during all this stuff.
Oh, I've got some. You guys better hurry.
I'll
before
present you one. It's technically Lucas came up with that outside of game, but I'm going to claim it because I need the XP. Using the horse's hair to scry on the camp. With the
Oh yeah, that was really good. Take 100 for
Gotta
that.
be worth at least 600. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what. We'll meet you halfway. I'll call it 350.
Why don't we just take it as 100? Because
How
that's
much
the max
XP?
idea
How
for.
much XP do you need to level up?
I don't know. I've not calculated yet. I don't want to do this again. I only just did this on Sunday, begging for XP.
Well, you need to beg.
Yeah, you got it back. Let me work it out.
All right, I got some ideas, okay? I think that my questioning while we were scrying on the camp to figure out where they were, how many people there were, I thought that was quite inquisitive, very roguelike.
Yeah, take 100 XP for the what do we see in the camp to figure out what's going on. I really like that.
Good. Second thing, the idea of haggling with that letter with the family in order to potentially do great things in the future with them and gain access to items that they wouldn't normally trade with us. I thought that was a good idea.
It's
Nothing's
clever.
tame.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's clever. So I'll give you 100 XP for that.
What about my hawk? Solving
a clever
all the
idea.
problems. Thank you.
Yep. Take 100 for that.
At some point, we're gonna stop asking for these because it's negligible XP. But apparently, for Nick, it's not.
Hey, it adds up, all right?
Yes.
Anything else? Anyone else?
We're waiting on
First,
Nick to see how
Bueller?
much XP he needs.
Nah, I'm 2,500 away. That's not
Fuck.
gonna happen. Yeah.
From level 7?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a pretty big level.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll get it next time.
it is what it is. Yeah, it's too much to beg for.
We all leveled up on fighter, I think.
Yeah, level up on fire though.
We're all level 7 fighter.
Yep.
Nice.
Time to roll d10s. For XP?
Yeah,
Or
let's
for-
go. Show us, Anton. Lead the way. The high rolls.
7.
Okay.
You're
Emmerich,
next.
you want me to do it or you want to do it?
You know, you go next.
Eh.
What did you get?
Remember, you're dividing this HP by 2 when you add it to yourself.
3.5. Yeah.
Big money. Here we go. This is the one. Big 10 coming up here, lads. You ready?
Oh my god.
Nick, what the fuck?
I tell him, mate.
He rolled really well XP or HP at the start of the campaign, so it's fine. Wait, your lucky stone.
Wait, yeah, Neal.
Detrimental.
Can I destroy one of the luck stones to re-roll?
I am sorry. This is just too juicy.
You're
I
not
love
sorry. It's not. It stopped being funny 3 years ago now.
No, it didn't. It never stopped being funny.
Okay, and then I would also like to roll a 1d8 for my thief level as well, because I leveled up in rogue.
Please.
Roll high.
Literally, don't even gain an XP here. I
Well.
just gain half an XP. I mean, half a
Have
HP.
an HP,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
New saves, and we always attack twice per round. If
with
you're
your specialized weapon.
yeah.
I get
Yes.
3 shots around with my bow now.
Do we get to attack
Nice.
like 3 times every third round or something, or no? Is it just
no, it's
2?
just 2 around.
2 around, okay.
2 round.
Once on your initiative, once at the end of the round.
Did modifiers change at all? That's what I'm talking about.
Saving throws did. 10, 12, 11, 12, 13. If you don't have anything lower than those in that order.
Okay.
10, 12, 11, 12, 13.
Does did the thief, does rogue get any better?
What rogue level are you?
I'm rogue level 8.
No, those staves are the same. But at rogue 9, they go down.
Okay.
Did anyone's saves improve?
Yeah, mine
Our
did.
Yeah,
hit
my
modifier
breath
went
weapon.
up.
My breath
breath
weapon went up by
weapon.
1.
Yeah. Warriors get really good breath weapon saves.
We attack at +5 now for basic attacks, or am I misremembering?
No, you're level 7.
6.
Yeah.
You should be +6 for basic attacks.
Yeah, my
Mine.
bow is now pretty strong. It's like +8 to hit
Jeez.
with +2 damage. No, +9 to hit with +2 damage.
So your bracers of archery don't stack with specialization. So you getting 6 from level, 2 from archery brings you to 8, 1 from the bow brings you to 9.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't get specialization anyway because I'm a multi-classed fighter.
That's true.
I only
There
got
you go.
expertise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
It's not fucking funny, alright.
Okay. So should it say from level is 5 to hit, or should it be 6?
6.
6. Okay. And then for 2 damage underneath our attacks, should that still be 3, or?
Yes, that doesn't change.
I don't remember what I do with my mithril alloy shield, but I'm putting it in the home tab. I'm pretty sure it's there.
Wait, 2 damage. What's your strength? 2 damage should be 2 from your weapon. Where's the extra +1 to 2 damage coming from?
War gloves.
War gloves.
Gloves of war,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Done. Good job, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah, 27 AC. Feels good, man.
That is mad.
That is mad. We got to double check this shit because that is
Look it up.
bonkers.
That's a lot of AC.
2
Okay.
of cloak of protection, 2 boots of speed, 4 from chain limbs, 5 from breastplate, 3 from magic shield, or it's just regular shield.
Wait. Does
Wait,
chain limbs,
chain limbs and breastplate both give you?
Right?
Yeah, the
Breastplate, chain limbs, yeah.
breastplate and the chain. Oh, but your chain limbs are set to 4.
What should they be? Well, wait, no, I'm sorry. I have full plate, so I'm in full
Okay.
plate.
You're in full plate.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It
So
shouldn't
that
be chain
might
limbs.
make
I'm in
sense.
full plate. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that should give you 9. So it's
I
gonna be
have
the same
plate
number,
limbs,
but we should
yeah.
just
I'll
rewrite
rename
that
it.
stuff.
Okay, so that is
Yeah.
right then.
Yeah.
2 protection, cloak of protection, 2 from boots, that's 4. 9 from armor, that's 13. So where's the other 4 coming from?
3 coming from shield, 1 coming from
1 from
ring of
the ring.
protection.
Yeah, there you go then. Damn.
Legit.
Yeah. That is 5 AC from magic, and then 12 AC from mundane.
Armor and shield, yeah.
I gotta be right back in 1 minute. Hold on.
If Steven gave him the dex thing that gives you 17 dex, you'd have like 30 AC.
It just buffs his dex by 3, right? Which would only
Oh,
bring
is
him
it?
to
Okay.
13 dex.
It'd only bring me to 16.
16. I'm sorry. So that it's not as effective as the.
Also, I'm
other cloak.
probably only getting hit by 20s on most people that we encounter from now. I say most.
Mhm.
So I don't
Yeah,
even
I
hit
mean,
that much.
Scoria will need a 3 to hit you.
Yeah,
but
no,
other
Scoria
than
will
that,
fucking smash me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine Anton as like this heavily armored war cleric that just wades through a battlefield, and arrows and swords ping off of him all over the place, and no one has any hope of stopping him unless they literally like pin him to the ground and smash his face in with a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Except he's not slow though. He can charge at like fucking mega speed and then
'cause
unleash
the
like
boots of
chain
speed.
lightning with his weapon.
Right. It's
Anton is
terrifying.
Anton is such a fucking beast. Like I think that the fighter mage, fighter cleric, fighter rogue, like fighter cleric is the most like synergized. Because you get all the cleric buff spells that you can use while wearing armor, but you've also now got a really sick like attack bonus as well.
Clerics being able to cast with armor is pretty crazy, I'd say.
Pretty sweet, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
I actually really like this multi-classed fighter something combo.
It's
I
nice.
think
It helps with fighting a lot. It kind of feels like it balances it out.
Is that
and having
Sorry, Neal, go ahead.
having even the fighter rogue is a really nice combination here where you're useful in combat because normal rogues kind of suck in combat. They only get half Thaco progression, so they lag behind really quickly. So having this whole set right here is just
I was going to ask that
perfect.
in other games going forward, is this new idea of humans being allowed to be fighter something going to be allowed, or is this unique to this?
I don't know.
It's nice.
I remember take it as it comes.
When we played Desperate Measures, I remember like feeling like the cleric didn't really do anything in combat besides like casting the spells or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is nice because I can swap over to my spear and feel, I guess, like meaningful that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like spells like prayer or recitation. Like you're
Recitation's
not only
really good.
buffing everyone, but you're buffing yourself, and you're already at beat combat anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really
it's
nice.
really great.
Recitation is really good.
I think there are very few sections of the ordinary mundane world that can stand up to you guys. Even though, you're what, level 7 fighters?
We're 7,
Which is
7 or 7-6 right now.
We're basically
Yeah.
like level 8 characters now, so we're getting to
Yeah.
we're strong.
And for the viewers out there, usually like the highest level character in like a town would be around level 5, maybe level 6, and the highest level character in a city would be level 9, maybe level 10, something like that. So the party being level 8, or level 6, 7-6 or 7-7 or whatever, is that's a very significant power level. You could probably be taking on any of the outside castle guards without any problem. Most of the inside castle guards, the Queen's Guard will still probably kick your ass, but
They're like 9 to 12, yeah, I assume.
yeah, and they've got, like +3 plate mail, sword of haste, bullshit stuff like that where they'll get like 4 attacks on you in a
Sword of
single round
haste?
before you do anything.
Holy
I mean, I'm
shit.
just like bullshitting here,
Yeah.
not telling you specifics, but
Yeah.
the Queen's Guard is top notch.
Yeah, you would expect.
It feels like we're going to need to figure out how to get everybody armored for the Scoria fight, because as looking through like the monster manual, Scoria has like +20 to hit or something. Like it's just insanity. Maybe it's 25 to hit.
It's 24, I think.
It's like 24 or 25 to hit. So
Yeah.
I don't know how the average wizard's not going to get hit, and especially like Tyrael as well. Like I don't
Well,
know if he's not gonna get hit.
I'm probably going to try and cast Stone Skin on us all, which makes us immune to attacks for at least the first 4 to 8 attacks, but it'll get dispelled probably. So
Yeah, the biggest threat to us right now as like a party is getting dispelled. So I think we're talking about maybe doing something with the wish scroll to create a magic item that will prevent like prevent a dispel on like the party. Something we were discussing about it, but we're not sure what to use it on yet.
yeah, I'm not sure how legit of an idea.
That's kind of
that
like the
is.
most boring way to use it, but if it can be used that way, it's like the most effective way to use it. It's kind of like investing into stocks. Like probably the best thing to do is just put it into like an ETF.
I've been thinking of how we can beat Scoria, right? If we're going to fight her, I think not getting dispelled is like the only way to do it, because you just have to stack all of the buffs and hope that somehow you come out on top. Or it's going to have to be like, what if there was some way we could find out when she's going to be meeting King Gilder in human form and ambush her in his throne room with some sort of spell to stop her polymorphing back into a dragon and fight her in human form. Like, she's probably still going to be badass, but that might be a more easy fight. Something
That's
like
very
that.
clever.
Because I think like in a straight fight, unless we've got dispel immunity, I'm not sure it can ever be done without being like 15.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do it. Besides
That could be the wish scroll, maybe.
Yeah, stop her polymorphing, stop anyone polymorphing for the next hour.
Or
Scenario
stop
something.
dispel or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop dispel. All right, well, I mean, I think we're about ready to get on our boat and sail off to Heatstroke, but perhaps that's an adventure for next.
Yeah.
Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to do here in town?
Can we return the +2 sword that we stole?
I thought about that. Is there anything to be gained from doing that right now?
Conscience.
So.
So no, then.
I don't know. Do we need it anymore?
Well, if we give him his sword back, is he not going to be like, oh, did you guys take my bag of holding as
Well,
well?
we're not gonna give him the sword like in person. It would just be like dropping it off at his doorstep. It would probably be like the first step in making sure that our party's not gonna just keep these magic items forever.
Wait, what? What's wrong with that again? Just checking.
Oh, we did
At the beginning of the game, we set out to return all the magic items that we stole or took. So this is a stolen magic item. if we trade this +2 sword, it's never going to go back to him because it'll go to the family. So, I mean, it's up to you. You're the lawful good, not Anton, so it's up to you.
I say we keep it for now. Fuck it.
Sure.
So the other things that we can do in town, Anton, if you can either make friends with the Nadina's cleric, which is probably going to be difficult, or find another level 7 cleric, you could use Uplift to cast Time Pool. And there's a few things that we could be doing with Time Pool to research for fights against Scoria or the other dragons, I think. But that requires a second cleric. Yeah.
Koibu? Can I find 2 of them?
We just need. Yeah, you need
If you're
one.
finding any of these clerics and you're showing up being like, "Yo, I'm all about vengeance," they're not just gonna be like, "Sure, I'll give you an uplift spell." They're gonna want to know a lot about what you're doing. So it's going to be one of these moments where you're gonna have to reveal like the intents of your plans to these people, and you're gonna need to gain their trust. And I honestly don't know if
It's
the
worth it.
vengeance cleric with the aura of vengeance and distrust,
Yeah.
not distrust, but
We'll just wait till we get to
grudges.
level 9, right? And then we can do all the time pooling.
Yeah, why do you even need time pool?
Well, there's little things we could do. Like, we could maybe find out where those glasses went. We could find out what was said between Scoria and King Gilda when she joined the war. We could find out the last time the Dragon's Bane weapons were laid to rest or touched. We could find out when the last time the +5 sword was touched. Make sure it is where it is. So there is things that we could do with it.
Okay. Well, for now, let's take a look at the world map and zoom out a little bit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flags still on the map.
Are they mostly dragons or what?
Yeah.
One,
I think
Dragon,
they're all but like
4,
one.
5.
Dragon.
5 dragons, 1
Dragon.
elf, 1 demon.
Yeah.
Demon is where we're headed. What is the elf again?
Befriending
Just where the
elves.
owls live.
Yeah, but what item do they have?
Just got loads of magic shit. They're all super high
Didn't
level.
have an item? I think there was. Does anyone remember?
Elven chainmail, boots of elven kind,
They know
cloak
shit.
of elven kind.
Yeah, they got those boots of Elvenkind, cloak of Elvenkind. They are, practically timeless creatures. They're up to 1,000 years old, so they might just know shit. Also, they live right next to Scoria, so they might have information about her that they haven't shared with humans in the past because they kind of run their own ship and they don't really work too closely with anyone else.
Once we're
Right.
done with the demons, right, I think the easiest dragon is probably the mist dragon. But since we've got the axe, blue dragon might be easier because we can absorb its breath weapon. So I think it probably goes Azeron, the blue, then Hydroxus, the mist dragon, then the green dragon on gnome, and then after that it's like Scoria or the green dragon and Matava, both of which are going to be basically impossible. But there's like 3 dragons that we can probably think about actually fighting soon, especially if we get this +5 sword, because then Tyrael, you're going to be an absolute monster.
Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Well,
Off to the demons then?
I think so.
I believe so. Should be easy, just like all of our other missions have been so far. So,
Well, that will be a quest for another day.
yeah, same time next week should be good.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be here as well. Cool. All right. Well, hey, we'll catch you guys next week. No questions for the Patreon. If you guys have questions for the Patreon, I want to suggest names or weapons or anything, sign up for the Patreon. Pays for the episodes. I love you all very much. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Peace out.
See ya.